Every person has the potential for greatness, but only a few unlock it. What sets them apart? It's not talent, luck, or even circumstance. It's their mindset and the way they approach life. The key to personal growth and success lies within each of us, and it starts with understanding the principles that drive lasting change. In this journey, we'll explore the universal key that unlocks your full potential. This key is not just about motivation, it's about taking real action, facing challenges head-on, and building habits that transform you. Whether you're just starting out or have faced setbacks along the way, there is always room to grow, improve, and achieve what you've set out to do. This isn't a magic formula. It's about daily discipline, building belief in yourself, and trusting the process of growth, no matter how tough it gets. We'll dive into the actionable insights and practical advice you need to push past your comfort zones, take responsibility for your choices, and most importantly, trust in your ability to improve. By the end of this, you'll have the tools to begin changing your mindset and daily habits, ultimately leading you toward your goals. You have everything it takes to succeed. Now it's time to start unlocking your true potential, step by step. Stick with me, and let's get started. Your journey to becoming the best version of yourself starts right here. Chapter 1. Commit to progress by setting clear, achievable goals. When nothing works, the first thing you need to do is commit. Commit to the journey, commit to progress, and most importantly, commit to setting clear, achievable goals. Many people falter at this very first step, unsure of what they want or how to define their purpose. The truth is, without goals, you have no destination. Without a clear destination, no amount of motivation or action can guide you to success. In this chapter, we will explore why setting clear, achievable goals is not just important, but essential for transforming your life and making progress, even when things seem impossible. The power of setting goals lies in their ability to give us direction. Think of a compass. Without it, you wander aimlessly, wasting time and energy. When you set goals, you create a roadmap, a plan that guides your actions and decisions toward your desired outcome. However, these goals need to be clear and achievable, otherwise they become a source of frustration rather than motivation. Ambiguous or unrealistic goals often set us up for failure, leading to discouragement and disillusionment. The first step toward meaningful progress is committing to your goals. This means choosing to follow through on the things that matter to you, even when life throws obstacles in your path. But how do you do this? How do you make sure your goals are not just something written down in a notebook, but a living, breathing part of your daily routine? First and foremost, you must take the time to truly understand what you want. It's easy to say, I want to be successful, but what does success look like to you? Is it a financial goal, a health goal, a career goal, or is it something as abstract as finding fulfillment and happiness? Your goals should be as specific as possible, so you know exactly what you're working toward. Vague goals lead to vague actions and unsatisfactory results. A specific goal, such as I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 3 months, or I want to start my own business by the end of the year, gives you a measurable target that you can track and work toward. Once you've identified what you truly want, it's time to break that goal down into manageable steps. Large, long-term goals can feel overwhelming, which is why breaking them into smaller, more achievable steps is crucial. Instead of thinking about the entire process, focus on one step at a time. For example, if your goal is to write a book, don't think about the final manuscript. Start with writing 1 page a day. Small actions consistently performed will eventually lead to significant progress. The key here is consistency. It's not the grand gestures that lead to progress, but the small, consistent actions taken every day that accumulate over time. Now let's talk about timelines. Goals without a timeline are nothing more than dreams. Deadlines provide the necessary urgency to move forward. But when setting timelines, be realistic. It's important to challenge yourself, but also to be honest about what you can achieve in a certain period. Setting an unrealistic deadline for a goal only sets you up for disappointment when you don't meet it. Instead, give yourself enough time to make real progress while maintaining a sense of urgency. As you move forward with your goals, it's crucial to measure your progress regularly. Tracking your progress not only helps you see how far you've come, but it also serves as a motivational tool. When you look back and see how much you've accomplished, you'll be encouraged to keep pushing forward. The key is to celebrate the small wins along the way, not just the big accomplishments. Every step forward is a victory, and acknowledging those victories keeps your momentum alive. However, the journey toward your goals is rarely a straight line. There will be setbacks, detours, and challenges along the way. This is where many people give up, but this is also where growth happens. The moment you face a challenge, you have an opportunity to develop resilience and determination. Rather than seeing setbacks as roadblocks, view them as opportunities to learn and adapt. Every failure brings valuable lessons that can shape your future success. So how do you stay on track when things aren't going as planned? The answer lies in your ability to adapt your approach without abandoning your goal. If something isn't working, don't simply give up. Assess the situation, analyze what went wrong, and adjust your strategy. Flexibility is a sign of strength, not weakness. Stubbornly clinging to an approach that isn't yielding results is the real failure. Instead, take a step back, adjust your course, and keep moving forward. At the heart of this commitment to progress is discipline. Discipline is what separates those who achieve their goals from those who don't. It's easy to be motivated when things are going well, but real progress happens when you push forward despite the obstacles. The ability to stick to your goals even when you don't feel like it is what makes all the difference. Discipline is about choosing what is best for you, even when it's hard. It's about committing to your success, even when the path isn't easy. Another crucial aspect of goal setting is the importance of visualizing your success. Take a moment to imagine what your life will look like once you've achieved your goal. Feel the emotions associated with your success. How will you feel when you reach that milestone? What will you be able to do once you've accomplished what you set out to do? This visualization will help reinforce your commitment to your goals and keep you motivated throughout the journey. When you can see the end result clearly in your mind, it becomes easier to stay focused and committed to the work that needs to be done. Visualization is also powerful because it keeps you grounded in your why. The deeper your understanding of why you want to achieve a goal, the stronger your commitment to it will be. Are you pursuing this goal for external validation or for internal fulfillment? Is it about proving something to others, or is it about proving something to yourself? The clearer you are on your why, the more resilient you will be when challenges arise. Your why is your anchor. It's the reason you keep going even when the going gets tough. You might find that as you work toward your goals, there are moments of self-doubt. You might wonder if you're capable, or if the goal you've set is too big. This is normal. The key is not to let these doubts derail you. Instead of letting them stop you, use them as fuel. When doubt creeps in, remind yourself of your whys and the progress you've made so far. Remember that the most successful people aren't those who never doubt themselves. They're the ones who push through their doubt and keep going. Progress doesn't happen overnight. It's a slow, steady journey that requires patience and persistence. There will be days when you feel like giving up, but those are the moments when your discipline will carry you through. The results won't come immediately, but if you stay committed to your goals, the universe will begin to respond. Every small action you take compounds over time, leading to breakthroughs that you might not see at first. Trust the process and trust yourself. One of the most powerful tools you can use when working toward your goals is accountability. When you have someone to answer to, whether it's a mentor, a friend, or a coach, it becomes harder to let yourself off the hook. Accountability pushes you to stay committed, even on days when you don't feel like it. It also provides an opportunity for feedback and growth. Surround yourself with people who will support your goals and hold you accountable, not those who will let you make excuses. As you work toward your goals, it's also important to remain flexible. Life is unpredictable, and sometimes the path to your goal will need to be adjusted. If one strategy isn't working, try something new. If one approach fails, pivot. The goal itself may not change, but how you get there might. The most successful people are those who can adapt to changing circumstances and keep their eyes on the prize, even when the road becomes less clear. One of the greatest challenges in goal setting is balancing ambition with realism. It's important to dream big, but it's equally important to be practical about what you can achieve in a given time frame. Set ambitious goals, but ensure that they are achievable. This balance will keep you motivated and prevent burnout. If you aim too high, without the necessary resources or time frame, you may feel defeated before you even start. As you continue on your journey toward progress, remember to celebrate the small wins along the way. Progress isn't just about the final destination, it's about the journey. Every step forward, no matter how small, is worth celebrating. These small victories keep your motivation high and remind you that you're moving in the right direction. Lastly, commit to the idea that your journey will be full of ups and downs. No success comes without effort, and no effort comes without obstacles. The key is to keep going, no matter what. The universe will respond to your consistent effort and unwavering commitment. When you set clear, achievable goals and stay committed to them, you will begin to see the results of your hard work. And in those moments of progress, you will understand that the true reward lies not just in the achievement itself, but in the person you've become along the way. Chapter 2. Master your mindset by controlling your thoughts daily. Your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It shapes your reality, guides your actions, and ultimately determines your success or failure. Mastering your mindset is not a luxury, it's a necessity. The way you think will decide whether you move forward or stay stuck in the same patterns. Yet, the power to control your thoughts lies within your reach. The most successful people in the world, whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, or artists, understand one simple truth: they control their thoughts, and in doing so, they control their lives. It's easy to underestimate the significance of daily thought patterns. We think of our thoughts as fleeting, often inconsequential, or just part of the background noise of our lives. But the truth is, each thought you have influences your actions, and every action shapes your reality. If you constantly think negative thoughts, or feed your mind with doubt, fear, or insecurity, your actions will follow suit, creating a cycle of negativity and limitation. On the other hand, if you consciously choose thoughts that empower and uplift you, you will begin to notice shifts in your life that reflect those new patterns. Mastering your mindset means taking full responsibility for the thoughts you entertain. This is not about forcing yourself into a state of perpetual positivity or pretending that you don't experience moments of doubt or struggle. It's about understanding the power you have over your mind and actively choosing to steer it in the direction of growth, success, and fulfillment. The first step in mastering your mindset is becoming aware of the thoughts that dominate your mind. What are you thinking about on a daily basis? Are these thoughts constructive or destructive? Do they support your goals and aspirations, or do they pull you back into old habits and negative patterns? Take a moment to observe your internal dialogue. You might be surprised by how often you engage in self-limiting thoughts, such as, "I'm not good enough," "I'll never succeed," or "I don't deserve to be happy." These thoughts are not neutral. They are powerful forces that shape your actions and ultimately your life. Once you've become aware of your habitual thoughts, the next step is to challenge them. Just because a thought pops into your mind doesn't mean it's true or helpful. Often our minds have been conditioned over years of experiences, environments, and relationships to think in certain ways. Negative self-talk, doubt, and fear are learned behaviors that can be unlearned. The key is to recognize that these thoughts are not facts. They are simply habitual patterns of thinking that you can change. To challenge these negative thoughts, ask yourself one simple question: is this thought serving me? If the answer is no, then you have the power to replace it with something more constructive. For example, if you think, "I'm not capable of achieving this goal," counter it with, "I am capable, and I will find a way to succeed." This shift in perspective takes practice, but over time, it becomes easier to catch those negative thoughts and replace them with ones that empower you. By doing this consistently, you reprogram your brain to think in ways that support your success, rather than sabotage it. Another powerful technique for controlling your thoughts is the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of being present in the moment, fully aware of your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you practice mindfulness, you allow yourself to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. This detachment from your thoughts gives you the space to choose which ones to engage with and which ones to let go. Instead of identifying with every thought that crosses your mind, you can simply notice them and decide whether they align with the person you want to become. In moments of stress or overwhelm, mindfulness can be particularly helpful. When faced with a challenge, it's easy for your mind to spiral into negative thinking, imagining worst-case scenarios or dwelling on past mistakes. Mindfulness allows you to step back from this cycle and refocus your attention on the present moment. By grounding yourself in the here and now, you can avoid getting caught up in anxiety about the future or regret about the past. This shift in focus enables you to respond to challenges with a clearer mind and a more balanced perspective. Mindfulness is not just a technique for managing negative thoughts. It also plays a critical role in building positive thought patterns. When you take the time to be aware of your thoughts, you become more intentional about the ones you nurture. Rather than allowing your mind to wander aimlessly, you can consciously direct your thoughts toward the things that matter most to you, your goals, your passions, your values. This intentionality helps you create a mindset that is aligned with your desires and ambitions. Another essential aspect of mastering your mindset is cultivating self-belief. Your thoughts are influenced by how you view yourself. If you don't believe in your abilities or your worth, your thoughts will reflect that. Conversely, when you believe in yourself and your potential, your thoughts become more positive, focused, and solution-oriented. Self-belief is the foundation of a strong mindset, and it is something you must work on every day. Building self-belief starts with small wins. Every time you set a goal and achieve it, no matter how small, you strengthen your belief in your abilities. The more you prove to yourself that you are capable of success, the more your mindset shifts from one of doubt to one of confidence. It's important to acknowledge and celebrate these small wins along the way. Each accomplishment, no matter how minor it seems, reinforces the belief that you are moving in the right direction. Self-belief also involves overcoming the fear of failure. Many people hold back from pursuing their goals because they are afraid of failing. This fear often stems from a belief that failure defines who they are. However, failure is not a reflection of your worth or your abilities. It is simply a part of the learning process. When you view failure as an opportunity for growth rather than a setback, you shift your mindset from one of fear to one of resilience and determination. It's essential to remind yourself that failure is not the end. It's just a detour on the road to success. Every successful person has failed multiple times. What sets them apart is their ability to bounce back from those failures, learn from them, and keep moving forward. Failure doesn't diminish your potential, it amplifies it. Every failure is a lesson that brings you one step closer to achieving your goals. When you embrace failure in this way, you free yourself from the paralyzing fear of making mistakes, allowing you to move forward with confidence and courage. In addition to building self-belief, another powerful way to master your mindset is by practicing positive affirmations. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself, affirming the beliefs you want to adopt. These affirmations can help shift your mindset from negativity to positivity, from self-doubt to self-assurance. The key to effective affirmations is repetition and belief. The more you say them, the more your subconscious mind begins to accept them as truth. For example, if you struggle with self-worth, you might use affirmations such as, "I am worthy of success," or "I am enough just as I am." If you want to build confidence in your abilities, try affirmations like, "I am capable of achieving my goals," or "I have the skills and knowledge to succeed." The more you say these affirmations, the more they will become ingrained in your mind, replacing negative thoughts with empowering beliefs. Incorporating positive affirmations into your daily routine is a simple but powerful way to change the trajectory of your mindset. You can say them first thing in the morning, before bed, or any time you need a boost of confidence. Over time, you'll notice that these affirmations start to shift your thinking, and you'll begin to believe them as deeply as you believe the negative thoughts you used to entertain. Another vital practice for controlling your thoughts is the use of visualization. Visualization is a technique where you mentally picture yourself achieving your goals. When you vividly imagine yourself living your ideal life, your brain begins to treat these mental images as if they are real experiences. This helps to reinforce positive beliefs about your potential and abilities. Visualization helps you see the path ahead and gives you a sense of what is possible. To use visualization effectively, find a quiet space where you can focus. Close your eyes and vividly imagine the life you want to create. See yourself achieving your goals and experiencing the emotions associated with that success. Whether it's the joy of completing a project, the pride of reaching a fitness goal, or the sense of fulfillment from building a successful business, fully immerse yourself in the positive emotions that come with success. The more detailed and real you make these mental images, the more powerful the impact will be on your mindset. Mastering your mindset is not about eliminating all negative thoughts. It's about learning to control them and choosing which thoughts to focus on. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shift your thinking and align it with your goals, values, and vision for your life. Every day is an opportunity to train your mind, to create new thought patterns that support your success, and to rewire your brain for growth, positivity, and resilience. In conclusion,
Controlling your thoughts is an ongoing practice. It requires awareness, discipline, and commitment. But as you continue to master your mindset, you will find that your life begins to reflect the thoughts you choose to entertain. When you take control of your mind, you take control of your life. And once you master your mindset, there is nothing that can stop you from achieving your dreams and living the life you desire.
Chapter 3. Take massive action and overcome the fear of failure. The greatest barrier to achieving your dreams is not a lack of ability or opportunity. It's the fear of failure. Fear is a natural human instinct designed to protect us from danger, but when it comes to pursuing your goals, fear can be a prison. It can paralyze you into inaction, make you second-guess your decisions, and convince you to stay in your comfort zone. But what if I told you that failure is not your enemy, but your greatest teacher? What if I told you that the key to achieving your goals lies in taking massive action, even when fear is present? We live in a world that idolizes success, often forgetting the painful but crucial truth that failure is an inevitable part of that journey. Most people fear failure so much that they avoid taking action altogether. They wait for the perfect moment, for everything to line up just right, before they take the first step. But this mindset leads to stagnation. The truth is that the perfect moment will never come. If you keep waiting for the right conditions, you will miss the opportunity to make meaningful progress. The most successful people in the world are those who take massive action despite the fear, despite the uncertainty, and despite the possibility of failure. Taking massive action is the antidote to the paralyzing effects of fear. It is a commitment to move forward, no matter the obstacles in your way. The first step is to acknowledge that fear will always be present. It's not something that magically disappears when you reach a certain level of success. Fear doesn't vanish when you have more experience, more resources, or more knowledge. It is something you must learn to navigate, to act through, rather than around. The key is to understand that fear is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that you are on the edge of growth. One of the most powerful ways to overcome the fear of failure is by shifting your perspective on what failure really means. Failure is often seen as the opposite of success, but in reality, it is a stepping stone on the path to success. Every successful person has failed. The difference between them and those who remain stuck is their willingness to keep going, even in the face of failure. When you stop viewing failure as a negative outcome and start seeing it as a valuable learning experience, you free yourself from the grip of fear. Take, for example, Thomas Edison. He famously failed thousands of times before finally inventing the light bulb. If Edison had let his failures stop him, we might still be living in darkness. Instead, he chose to view each failure as a lesson, as a step closer to the success he ultimately achieved. The key to his success wasn't avoiding failure, it was embracing it. He didn't see failure as a dead end, he saw it as a necessary part of the process. The same principle applies to you. Every time you take action, regardless of the outcome, you are learning, you are gathering data, refining your approach, and adjusting your strategy. Even when you fail, you gain invaluable insights that you wouldn't have gained if you had remained paralyzed by fear. Failure is not a reflection of your worth or potential, it's simply feedback. It tells you what's working and what's not, what you need to do differently, and how you can improve moving forward. So, how do you take massive action despite the fear? The first step is to start small. Taking massive action doesn't mean you have to make huge, dramatic moves all at once. It means consistently taking steps toward your goal, no matter how small they may seem. The key is consistency. Each step you take, no matter how small, is progress. When you focus on taking one small action at a time, the fear of the bigger picture begins to diminish. You stop focusing on the enormity of the goal and start focusing on the next step in front of you. For example, if your goal is to start a business, you don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. Start by researching the market, creating a simple business plan, or talking to potential customers. These small actions, when taken consistently, will eventually build momentum. The more you take action, the more you will learn, and the more confident you will become in your ability to succeed. Another powerful technique for overcoming the fear of failure is reframing the way you think about success. Success is not a destination, it is a process. The idea that success is an endpoint where everything falls into place is a myth. Success is the result of continuous effort, learning, and growth. When you adopt this mindset, you stop seeing failure as something to be feared and start seeing it as an integral part of the process. To illustrate this point, think about the journey of any successful person. They didn't wake up one day and suddenly become successful. They put in years of hard work, made mistakes, faced challenges, and kept going despite the setbacks. Success is the sum of all those failures, all those lessons, all those moments of pushing through fear. When you reframe success as a journey rather than an endpoint, the fear of failure loses its power. You begin to see failure as a natural part of the path to success, not something to avoid at all costs. Taking massive action also involves setting clear, concrete goals. When you know exactly what you want to achieve and break it down into manageable steps, the path forward becomes clearer. Fear often arises when the goal feels too big or overwhelming. But when you break it down into smaller, more achievable steps, the task becomes less daunting. Each small action you take is a victory, and each victory builds your confidence. The next step in overcoming the fear of failure is building resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks and keep moving forward. It's about maintaining your focus and determination, even when things don't go as planned. The road to success is rarely smooth, and there will always be challenges along the way. But those who succeed are the ones who don't let setbacks define them. Instead, they use those setbacks as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. Resilience can be cultivated through practice. Start by embracing challenges rather than avoiding them. Each time you face a difficult situation, remind yourself that it's an opportunity for growth. When things don't go according to plan, ask yourself what you can learn from the experience. The more you practice resilience, the more natural it will become to keep going in the face of adversity. In addition to resilience, another important trait for overcoming the fear of failure is courage. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is the ability to act in spite of fear. Every time you take action despite the fear, you build your courage. Courage doesn't mean you're not afraid, it means you're willing to move forward even when you are. When you take action, you send a message to your subconscious mind that you are in control, that you are not going to let fear hold you back. It's important to remember that taking massive action doesn't mean you have to do everything at once. It means committing to a course of action and following through, regardless of the obstacles that come your way. Even when you don't know the entire path, the act of taking the first step is what creates momentum. As you continue to take action, the next steps will become clearer and the fear will begin to diminish. At the core of taking massive action is a mindset shift. You must believe that you are capable of achieving your goals, no matter the obstacles. This belief is the foundation that will allow you to take bold action. When you believe in your ability to succeed, you are more likely to take risks, try new things, and push past your comfort zone.
This mindset shift requires practice, but over time it becomes second nature. The fear of failure will always be present, but it doesn't have to control you. When you embrace failure as part of the process, when you take massive action despite the fear, and when you build resilience and courage, you will find that success is not as elusive as it once seemed. Taking massive action is the key to breaking through your fear and achieving your dreams. The journey may not always be easy, but every step you take will bring you closer to the life you desire. Remember, the only way to truly fail is to never try at all. So take that first step, and then the next, and keep moving forward. The universe responds to those who take action. It's time to stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating your success, one bold step at a time.
Chapter 4. Build consistency by creating habits that push you forward. Consistency is the cornerstone of success. It's not the momentary bursts of effort or the fleeting spurts of motivation that lead to lasting change. No, lasting success comes from showing up every single day, doing the work, and making small but significant progress. Every goal you have, no matter how grand, is achieved not in a single leap, but in a series of consistent actions over time. The power of consistency is profound. It's the difference between wishing for something to happen and making it happen through steady, reliable effort. The challenge for most people isn't a lack of desire or even talent. It's the struggle to remain consistent. The initial excitement when starting a new project or goal often fades, and the inevitable obstacles or distractions start to creep in. It's in these moments that consistency becomes your greatest ally. Building consistent habits, ones that push you forward toward your goals, is the secret to sustaining progress in the face of difficulty. It's not about doing something perfectly every time, but about doing it regularly, with purpose, and with a commitment to improvement. The foundation of building consistency begins with the understanding that habits are powerful. Habits shape who you are, how you think, and ultimately, what you achieve. Whether they are positive or negative, habits are behaviors that become ingrained in your daily routine. The actions you take without thinking, the automatic responses to situations, are all a result of the habits you've formed over time. But here's the good news: you have the power to change your habits. You can create new ones that serve your goals, your desires, and your vision for the future. The first step in creating habits that push you forward is identifying the habits that are already in place. Take an honest inventory of your current routines. What are you doing each day without thinking about it? Are these actions helping you move toward your goals or holding you back? Sometimes we don't even realize how much time we waste on habits that don't serve us. Whether it's mindlessly scrolling through social media, procrastinating on important tasks, or avoiding difficult conversations, these habits can drain your energy and hinder your progress. Once you've identified the habits that don't align with your goals, the next step is to replace them with habits that do. But be mindful. Changing habits isn't a quick fix. It requires patience, consistency, and a willingness to make small, incremental changes. Trying to completely overhaul your routine overnight is a surefire way to burn out. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Choose a habit that aligns with your goals and start small. The key to lasting change is starting with something manageable. For example, if you want to build a consistent exercise routine, don't aim to work out for an hour every day right away. Start with 10 minutes of exercise each day. Gradually increase the time as you become more comfortable with the habit. It's important to understand that the power of consistency lies not in perfection, but in repetition. The more you repeat a behavior, the more automatic it becomes. It's the small, seemingly insignificant actions that over time add up to significant change. For example, imagine you want to write a book. If you set a goal to write a chapter every week, that's a great goal, but it's also a huge task. Instead, set a goal to write for just 10 minutes every day. On some days you may write more, but on others, 10 minutes may be all you can manage. The key is to show up every single day, no matter how small the action. Over time, you'll find that those small increments add up to something much larger. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to consistency is maintaining motivation. Motivation can be fleeting. It comes and goes depending on how you feel, your energy levels, or your circumstances. This is why relying solely on motivation is a dangerous game. Motivation is not a reliable foundation for consistency. Instead, you must build your habits on discipline and commitment. Discipline means showing up when you don't feel like it, when the excitement has worn off, and when distractions are calling your name. Discipline is the quiet strength that allows you to stay on track, even when it feels like it would be easier to quit. Incorporating discipline into your life requires creating a structure that supports your habits. This structure can come in many forms: scheduling time for your habits, setting reminders, or having an accountability partner. When you structure your day around your goals, it becomes easier to stay consistent. For example, if you want to read more books, schedule a specific time each day to read. Put it in your calendar, just like any other important appointment. By making this time non-negotiable, you increase the likelihood that you will stick to it. The more consistent you are with these small habits, the more natural they will become. Another powerful tool for building consistency is tracking your progress. When you can see how far you've come, it gives you the motivation to keep going. Progress is often slower than we expect, but when we track it, we can see the growth that might otherwise go unnoticed. Whether it's checking off items on a to-do list or tracking your daily habits on a habit tracker app, seeing your progress reinforces your commitment to consistency. It serves as a reminder that the small actions you take every day are adding up to something significant. Equally important is celebrating your wins, no matter how small they may seem. Building consistency is a process, and every step forward is worth acknowledging. Celebrating your victories reinforces the positive behavior and motivates you to keep going. It's easy to get discouraged when results don't come immediately, but remember that every small habit you build is moving you closer to your goal. Don't wait for the big win to celebrate. Celebrate the effort you put in every day. When you appreciate the small wins, you shift your focus from the destination to the journey, and that shift is essential for long-term success. One of the most powerful aspects of building consistent habits is the ripple effect they have on other areas of your life. When you consistently take action in one area, such as exercise or productivity, it often leads to positive changes in other areas as well. For example, when you build a habit of exercising regularly, you may find that your energy levels improve, which leads to more focus at work. Or when you commit to reading for 10 minutes every day, you might find that your mindset shifts, making it easier to stay positive and motivated throughout the day. The habits you build don't just serve the specific goal you have in mind, they create a foundation for greater overall growth. Building habits that push you forward also requires cultivating resilience. There will be days when you fall off track, when life gets in the way, or when you feel like you've hit a wall. These are the moments that test your consistency. Resilience is what allows you to bounce back from setbacks and continue moving forward, even when it feels like you've failed. When you build resilience, you develop the strength to keep going, even when things don't go as planned.
Rather than seeing setbacks as signs to quit, view them as part of the process. Every time you get back on track, you become stronger and more capable of sticking to your habits. Over time, the consistency you've built will start to feel effortless. What once required discipline and effort will eventually become second nature. You'll no longer have to force yourself to show up every day, you'll simply do it. Your habits will become ingrained in your routine, and you'll start to notice the cumulative impact of your consistent actions. You'll look back and realize that the small decisions you made every day have transformed your life in ways you couldn't have imagined at the beginning. Building consistency requires patience, commitment, and a willingness to embrace the process. It's about taking one small action at a time and showing up every day, even when it feels difficult. The beauty of consistency is that it compounds over time, creating momentum that leads to significant progress. The more consistent you are with your habits, the more they will push you forward toward your goal. It's not about perfection, it's about making steady, continuous progress. And as you continue to build these habits, you'll find that success isn't an event, but a journey, one made possible through the simple, powerful act of showing up every day.
Chapter 5. Seek discomfort to expand your limits and grow stronger. To truly grow and unlock your potential, you must actively seek discomfort. This concept might seem counterintuitive at first. After all, who wants to intentionally place themselves in situations that are uncomfortable or even painful? The truth, however, is that it is only by pushing ourselves beyond our comfort zones that we expand our limits and grow stronger. We all have a natural tendency to seek comfort. It's human nature to avoid pain, to stay within the boundaries of what we know, and to seek out the familiar. However, the truth is that growth and transformation happen outside of our comfort zones. The moment we stop challenging ourselves is the moment we stop growing. When we remain in a space where everything feels comfortable and easy, we stagnate. The key to achieving greatness, to breaking through barriers, and to realizing our true potential lies in the discomfort that comes with growth. Discomfort is the catalyst for change. It's in the struggle, the challenge, and the discomfort that we build the strength, resilience, and skills necessary to achieve the extraordinary. It is when we face challenges that test us, when we experience discomfort that forces us to adapt, that we truly expand. Whether it's pushing your body to its physical limits, stretching your mental boundaries, or putting yourself in emotionally difficult situations, seeking discomfort is the pathway to real growth. This doesn't mean you should seek discomfort recklessly or for the sake of it. The key is to find discomfort that aligns with your goals. If you want to grow stronger physically, challenge yourself to lift heavier weights or run longer distances. If you want to improve your career, seek out opportunities that push you beyond your current role or skill set, even if they feel intimidating at first. If you want to become a better communicator, put yourself in situations where you must speak in front of others, even if public speaking terrifies you. The discomfort isn't the goal, it's the vehicle through which you break free from limitations and push the boundaries of what's possible for you. One of the most powerful reasons to seek discomfort is that it forces you to confront your fears. Fear is a natural response to the unknown or the uncertain, but fear also has a tendency to keep us from pursuing what we truly desire. Every time you face discomfort, you face your fear. And with each confrontation, you weaken the power that fear holds over you. Fear thrives in our comfort zones, but when we step into discomfort, fear begins to lose its grip. It's not about eliminating fear, it's about learning to act in spite of it. It's about understanding that fear is a signal for growth, not a reason to retreat. Imagine a weightlifter who starts by lifting light weights. Over time, those weights feel easier, and their muscles begin to adapt. But if the lifter never challenges themselves with heavier weights, they will stop growing. The same principle applies to personal growth. If you only ever engage in activities that are comfortable and easy, you will plateau. But when you push yourself to take on challenges that make you uncomfortable, you stretch your limits and become stronger, mentally, emotionally, and physically. Seeking discomfort also teaches you the importance of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to recover from challenges, and to keep going when things don't go as planned. When you actively seek discomfort, you invite opportunities for failure, setbacks, and mistakes. But rather than viewing these experiences as failures, you learn to see them as valuable lessons. Each time you experience discomfort and push through it, you build resilience. You become stronger because you learn to keep moving forward, no matter what obstacles arise. Life will throw countless challenges your way, and the ability to handle discomfort with grace is what will ultimately determine your ability to succeed in the long term. There is a profound truth in the saying, "The only way out is through." When you face discomfort head-on, you force yourself to engage with the process of growth. Avoiding discomfort may seem like an easier option, but it's ultimately a path that leads to stagnation. The more you avoid discomfort, the smaller your world becomes. Your possibilities shrink because you're unwilling to push past your current limitations. On the other hand, when you actively seek discomfort, you begin to expand. You break through barriers that once seemed impossible. Every time you overcome a difficult situation, your confidence grows, and your sense of self-efficacy, your belief in your ability to achieve great things, strengthens. Seeking discomfort is not just about physical challenges. Mental and emotional growth also require discomfort. Stretching your mind to take on new complex ideas can be uncomfortable, but the discomfort you feel when grappling with difficult concepts is the same discomfort that will stretch your intellect and expand your understanding. Similarly, emotional discomfort is necessary for personal growth. Facing your fears, confronting your insecurities, and dealing with the emotional weight of challenging situations are all uncomfortable, but these experiences are essential for emotional maturity. The process of working through emotional discomfort teaches you to regulate your emotions, to become more emotionally intelligent, and to build a deeper sense of empathy for others. At the core of seeking discomfort is the willingness to embrace vulnerability. Vulnerability is often seen as a weakness, but in reality, it is a strength. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you open yourself up to the possibility of growth. Vulnerability allows you to take risks, to put yourself in situations where failure is a real possibility, and to face your fears without letting them control you. The most powerful moments of growth happen when you expose yourself to discomfort, whether it's in the form of rejection, failure, or uncertainty. Every time you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you learn more about yourself, and you grow in ways you never thought possible. Another important aspect of seeking discomfort is the role it plays in expanding your limits. Our limits are often self-imposed. We believe that we can't do something because we've never done it before, or because it seems too difficult. But the truth is, our limits are not fixed. They are malleable. We can expand our limits by consistently stepping outside of our comfort zones and embracing discomfort. Every time you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible, you stretch your limits, creating new possibilities for what you can achieve. Eventually, what once seemed like discomfort becomes your new normal, and what was once beyond your reach becomes within your grasp. The key to embracing discomfort is understanding that it is a process, not a destination. Growth is not a one-time event, it is a continuous journey. There will always be new challenges, new discomforts to face,
and new boundaries to push. But each time you confront discomfort, you build a foundation for even greater growth. It's not about avoiding discomfort or eliminating fear. It's about learning to navigate it, to use it as fuel for your progress, and to keep moving forward despite it. In practical terms, seeking discomfort requires you to set intentional challenges for yourself. Look for areas in your life where you can push yourself further, whether that's physically, mentally, or emotionally. Seek out opportunities that make you uncomfortable, that challenge you, and that stretch you. These opportunities may not always look attractive at first, but they are the very experiences that will lead to your growth. Take risks, step into the unknown, and allow yourself to be uncomfortable. The more you seek discomfort, the more you will realize that it is not something to fear, but something to embrace. Remember that growth happens in the moments when you feel the most uncomfortable, those moments when you are uncertain, when you are stretched beyond your limits, are the very moments that shape you into the person you are meant to become. Don't shy away from discomfort, lean into it, seek it out, embrace it, and watch as it transforms you into someone stronger, wiser, and more capable than you ever thought possible. The discomfort you face today is the foundation for the success you will experience tomorrow. The more you seek discomfort, the more you will expand your limits, build resilience, and grow stronger. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Create the growth you desire by stepping into the discomfort that is waiting for you. It is in this discomfort that you will find your true power.
Chapter 6. Practice gratitude to shift your focus on abundance. Gratitude is a powerful force. It is a practice that has the potential to transform not just your emotional state, but also the way you view the world and interact with it. The practice of gratitude allows us to shift our focus from what we don't have to what we do. It moves us from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. This shift, while subtle, can have a profound impact on our lives. The moment we begin to focus on what we are grateful for, we start to notice the good that is already present in our lives, and we open ourselves to receiving even more. The world we live in often encourages us to focus on what we lack. We are constantly bombarded with messages that tell us we need more success, more wealth, more recognition. This mentality of lack can lead to frustration, dissatisfaction, and a sense of never being enough. It's easy to become overwhelmed by everything that seems out of reach, and this feeling of inadequacy can create a negative feedback loop where we constantly chase after what's next without appreciating what we already have. But gratitude, when practiced intentionally, shifts that focus. It rewires the brain to see the abundance that already exists, even in the midst of challenges. It's not about ignoring the difficulties or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about finding moments of appreciation, even in the small things. This practice helps us to understand that abundance isn't something we need to seek out. It's already all around us, waiting for us to acknowledge it. The first step in cultivating a mindset of abundance is to shift our focus. We live in a culture that often tells us that more is better, that we should always be striving for the next big thing. But this constant pursuit can leave us feeling empty, as if we're constantly chasing something that's just out of reach. Gratitude teaches us to pause and appreciate what we already have. It asks us to notice the good that exists in our lives, from the relationships we cherish to the simple moments of joy that we experience every day. By shifting our focus to these positive aspects, we begin to see the world through a lens of abundance rather than scarcity. When we focus on what we have, we shift from a mindset of lack to one of sufficiency. We begin to see that we are not defined by what we don't have, but by what we do. In the process, we begin to change our relationship with success, wealth, and happiness. Instead of thinking, "I'll be happy when I achieve this goal or obtain this thing," we start to recognize that happiness is found in the present moment. We find contentment in the now. That contentment becomes the foundation for continued growth. Practicing gratitude also helps us cultivate a deeper sense of appreciation for the people in our lives. Too often, we take those around us for granted, assuming that they will always be there or that they know how much we care. But by actively practicing gratitude, we begin to express our appreciation for others more openly. A simple thank you or a thoughtful gesture can strengthen relationships and deepen connections. Gratitude helps us see others in a more positive light, encouraging us to focus on their strengths and qualities rather than their shortcomings. There is also a neurological component to gratitude. Studies have shown that when we practice gratitude, the brain releases dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters responsible for feelings of happiness and well-being. This not only makes us feel good in the moment, but also reinforces the habit of gratitude, creating a positive cycle. The more we express gratitude, the more our brain becomes wired to notice positive aspects of our lives. It's as if gratitude acts as a magnet, drawing more of what we are thankful for into our lives. Gratitude is also incredibly effective in reducing stress and anxiety. When we focus on what we are grateful for, we shift our attention away from the worries and uncertainties that can plague our minds. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong or what might go wrong, we focus on what's going right. This shift in perspective doesn't make problems disappear, but it does change how we respond to them. By practicing gratitude, we train ourselves to face challenges with a greater sense of calm and resilience. A critical element of practicing gratitude is consistency. It's easy to feel thankful when everything is going well, but the true power of gratitude lies in its ability to transform our experience, even in difficult times. When we face adversity, it can be hard to see the silver lining. Yet, it's often in the toughest moments that gratitude can have the greatest impact. When life feels overwhelming, taking a moment to pause and reflect on the things we are grateful for can shift our perspective and provide a sense of relief. It's not about ignoring the difficulties, it's about finding balance by acknowledging both the challenges and the blessings in our lives. One effective way to build a daily gratitude practice is through journaling. Taking a few minutes each day to write down the things you are thankful for creates a habit of mindfulness. It forces you to slow down and reflect on your day, drawing attention to the small moments of joy and the things you might otherwise overlook. Gratitude journaling can be as simple as writing down 3 things you are grateful for each day. This simple practice helps train your brain to notice the positive aspects of your life, and over time, it can shift your overall mindset. It's not about having a perfect list, it's about taking the time to recognize the good in your life, even when it feels like there's so much to complain about. Another powerful practice is the art of verbal gratitude. Taking the time to express appreciation to others, whether it's a partner, a friend, a colleague, or even a stranger, can have an immediate and lasting impact. When we verbalize our gratitude, we reinforce our own feelings of appreciation, and we also uplift those around us. This practice fosters a sense of connection and positivity, not only strengthening relationships but also creating a ripple effect of kindness and goodwill. Small acts of gratitude can snowball, creating a culture of appreciation wherever you go. In addition to expressing gratitude for what you have, it's important to recognize that abundance exists in every area of your life. Abundance isn't just about material possessions or financial success, it's about the richness of your experiences, your relationships, and your personal growth. By broadening your definition of abundance, you begin to see the many ways in which you are already abundant. Whether it's the love and support of your family,
the opportunities for learning and growth, or the simple joys of life, abundance is not confined to a single area. It permeates every aspect of our lives. Gratitude also encourages a mindset of generosity. When we focus on abundance, we are more inclined to give, to share our time, resources and love with others. Generosity is a natural extension of gratitude. When we recognize how fortunate we are, we naturally want to share our blessings with others. This cycle of giving and receiving creates a powerful positive feedback loop that reinforces feelings of abundance and fulfillment. One of the most transformative aspects of gratitude is that it allows us to shift our focus from comparing ourselves to others to appreciating our own unique journey. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in comparison, especially with the rise of social media. We often look at others and feel like we're falling short, that we don't have as much, or that we're not as successful. Gratitude, however, teaches us to embrace our own path and appreciate what we have, regardless of what others are doing. It helps us let go of the need for external validation and find contentment in our own lives. As you continue to practice gratitude, you'll begin to notice subtle but powerful shifts in your mindset. You'll start to feel more at peace with yourself and with the world around you. You'll notice the beauty in everyday moments, and you'll begin to appreciate the things you once took for granted. Gratitude will become more than just a practice, it will become a way of life. When you live with a mindset of abundance, you begin to experience the world in a more positive, fulfilling way. Your focus will naturally shift to the good, and the good will only multiply. In conclusion, gratitude has the power to transform your life. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from dissatisfaction to contentment. It helps you appreciate the present moment and recognize the blessings that already exist in your life. By consistently practicing gratitude, whether through journaling, verbal expressions, or simply taking time to reflect, you train your mind to notice the positive aspects of life and attract even more of them. Gratitude helps you cultivate resilience, reduce stress, and build stronger connections with others. It is a practice that has the power to not only shift your mindset, but also elevate your life to new levels of fulfillment and joy. Embrace gratitude and watch as your life becomes richer in every sense of the word.
Chapter 7. Cultivate resilience by bouncing back from setbacks. In life, setbacks are inevitable, but they do not define us. How we respond to those setbacks, how we bounce back from the challenges and hardships that inevitably arise, is what truly shapes our lives and determines our success. Resilience is not just a trait, it's a skill, one that can be cultivated and strengthened through conscious effort and determination. Every time you face adversity and rise above it, you build the mental fortitude required to take on even bigger challenges with confidence and strength. It's easy to feel defeated when life doesn't go according to plan. We all encounter roadblocks, be it in our personal lives, careers, or goals. Some setbacks feel like they're too big to overcome, but the truth is, every setback is an opportunity in disguise. It's in the darkest moments that we uncover the greatest potential for growth. It's in those moments when we fall that we learn how to get up stronger and more prepared for the future. Resilience doesn't mean avoiding failure. It's about learning how to rise every single time we fall and using the lessons learned to propel us forward. To cultivate resilience, you first need to change how you perceive failure. The word failure often carries a negative connotation, one that can be paralyzing. But failure is not the end, it is simply part of the process. Imagine a child learning to walk. At first they stumble, fall, and may even get frustrated, but they never give up. They get up again and again until they finally succeed. Success doesn't come in a straight line. It comes with setbacks, failures and moments of doubt, but it's how you react in those moments that counts. To bounce back from setbacks, you must first embrace the truth that adversity is not personal. It's easy to internalize setbacks and blame yourself, but this only adds an extra layer of difficulty to the situation. Life does not discriminate when it comes to challenges. They are a part of the human experience. Everyone, no matter how successful they may appear, has faced their own struggles and obstacles. The key is not in avoiding them, but in learning to navigate through them with strength and grace. The more you embrace this truth, the more you begin to see setbacks, not as threats, but as opportunities to learn and grow. Resilience is not an innate quality reserved for a select few. It is a skill that can be developed with practice. Much like building physical strength, building mental and emotional resilience requires consistent effort and repetition. It starts with changing your mindset and shifting how you view challenges. Instead of viewing obstacles as insurmountable walls, begin to see them as hurdles that can be jumped over, as opportunities that can teach you valuable lessons. The more you practice this mindset, the more resilient you become. The next step in cultivating resilience is to develop a strong sense of purpose. Purpose provides direction and motivation, especially in times of adversity. When you have a clear sense of why you are doing what you're doing, setbacks feel less discouraging. Purpose keeps you focused on the bigger picture. It acts as a compass, guiding you through difficult times and reminding you of the reasons you started on your path in the first place. When things get tough, reconnect with your why. Ask yourself, why am I pursuing this goal? What will this achievement mean for me, my loved ones, and my future? Reaffirming your purpose reignites your passion and drives you to keep pushing forward. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate resilience is through the practice of emotional self-regulation. Setbacks often trigger strong emotional reactions: anger, frustration, disappointment, or sadness. While these emotions are natural and valid, allowing them to control your actions can derail your progress. Resilience is about acknowledging these emotions, but choosing not to let them dominate your behavior. This doesn't mean suppressing your emotions or pretending they don't exist. Rather, it means learning how to manage them effectively. Instead of reacting impulsively in moments of stress, take a moment to breathe, pause and reflect. This pause gives you the opportunity to respond thoughtfully, not react emotionally. By practicing emotional regulation, you can navigate setbacks with a clearer mind, making it easier to find solutions and stay on course. Another crucial aspect of resilience is the ability to adapt and adjust. The path to success is rarely linear. There will be moments when things don't go as planned, when your strategy doesn't yield the desired results, or when unexpected circumstances force you to pivot. Resilient people are not rigid in their approach, they are flexible. When a plan fails, they don't see it as the end, they adjust their strategy and keep moving forward. Flexibility is key in bouncing back from setbacks. It's about being able to adapt to new information and changing circumstances without losing sight of your ultimate goal. The more adaptable you become, the more resilient you will be in the face of challenges. Equally important to resilience is the practice of self-compassion. It's easy to be hard on yourself when things go wrong. Many people are their own harshest critics, often blaming themselves for setbacks or mistakes. But self-criticism only adds more weight to an already difficult situation. To bounce back from setbacks, you must be kind to yourself. Treat yourself with the same compassion and understanding that you would offer a friend in a similar situation. When you practice self-compassion, you give yourself permission to fail and learn from your mistakes.
instead of punishing yourself for them. This self-kindness is a powerful tool in building resilience, as it encourages you to keep going, even when you feel discouraged. Resilience also requires a sense of perseverance, an unwavering determination to keep going, even when the going gets tough. It's easy to lose motivation when things aren't progressing as quickly as you'd like. But resilience is built on the willingness to keep moving forward, step by step, even in the face of adversity. Setbacks are not permanent. They are temporary roadblocks that can be overcome with consistent effort. Perseverance means continuing to show up, day after day, regardless of the challenges. It's the willingness to keep trying, even when you don't see immediate results. The more you practice perseverance, the stronger your resilience becomes, and the closer you get to your goals. Building a resilient mindset also involves learning to manage expectations. While ambition is important, it's equally important to recognize that success doesn't happen overnight. The path to achieving your goals is a marathon, not a sprint. Learning to set realistic expectations for yourself allows you to stay motivated and avoid feeling overwhelmed by the magnitude of your goals. Resilience is about understanding that progress takes time and that setbacks are just a part of the journey. Rather than getting discouraged by delays or obstacles, resilient individuals learn to embrace the process, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is a step towards success. Another critical element of resilience is surrounding yourself with a support system. No one succeeds alone, and resilient individuals understand the importance of building a strong network of support. Whether it's friends, family, mentors or colleagues, having people who believe in you, encourage you, and offer guidance is invaluable. In times of difficulty, these individuals provide the emotional support and practical advice that help you keep going. They remind you that setbacks are just temporary, and that you have the strength to overcome them. A support system can also help you gain perspective, offering insights and advice that you may not have considered on your own. Resilience is also about embracing the idea that setbacks don't define your future. One of the most damaging beliefs that can hold you back is the idea that a single failure or setback defines your entire journey. It's easy to look at a moment of struggle and think, this is it, I've failed. But the truth is, one setback doesn't dictate your future success. Your ability to bounce back is what defines you. Life is full of second chances, and resilience is about taking those second chances and making the most of them. Each setback is simply a stepping stone on the path to your ultimate success. Finally, resilience is about creating meaning from adversity. When faced with a challenge, resilient individuals ask themselves, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? Instead of seeing setbacks as something to be avoided, they view them as opportunities for learning and self-improvement. The more you can find meaning in your struggles, the more resilient you become. By seeing challenges as opportunities for growth, you empower yourself to take control of the situation and turn it into a learning experience that propels you forward. In conclusion, resilience is not about avoiding setbacks, it's about learning how to recover, adapt and grow stronger after each one. It's about developing the mental and emotional strength to bounce back from adversity, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. Resilience requires a shift in mindset, the cultivation of perseverance, and the practice of emotional self-regulation. It's about being kind to yourself, seeking support from others, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. By building resilience, you equip yourself with the tools necessary to navigate life's challenges and achieve your goals. And in doing so, you'll find that setbacks are not the end of the road, but simply a part of the journey towards success.
Chapter 8. Embrace failure as your greatest teacher and motivator. Failure is not the end. It is the beginning of growth. It is the fertile ground in which success takes root. Embrace failure, for it is your greatest teacher and motivator. It shows you where you need to improve, teaches you valuable lessons, and pushes you closer to your goals. The only true failure is the failure to learn from the experience, to let it defeat you rather than use it as a stepping stone to something greater. In the pursuit of success, failure is inevitable. Every great achievement is built upon a foundation of mistakes, missteps, and failures. The world's most successful individuals, whether in business, sports, or personal development, have all faced failures along their journey. They didn't let these failures stop them. They let them drive them forward. Failure, when approached with the right mindset, becomes an indispensable part of the success equation. It's important to first recognize that failure does not define you. Too often we see failure as a reflection of our abilities, our worth, or our potential. We let it label us, tell us we're not good enough, and convince us that success is out of reach. But failure is not a personal attack. It is simply a result of an action or a decision. It is not the outcome of who you are, but rather an indication of something that didn't work, or a strategy that needs to be adjusted. By separating your identity from the outcome, you empower yourself to learn and grow from every experience. The first step to embracing failure is shifting your mindset. Instead of fearing failure, view it as a valuable feedback mechanism. Each failure provides you with information. It tells you what didn't work, what you can do better, and how you can adjust your approach. This shift in perspective is crucial. Once you begin to see failure as a lesson, rather than an obstacle, you will stop avoiding it and start seeking it out as a tool for improvement. Failure isn't something to be afraid of, it's something to embrace, because it brings you closer to your goals by revealing the gaps you need to fill. Think about how many times Thomas Edison failed before he successfully invented the light bulb. Countless experiments didn't work, yet he didn't stop trying. When asked about his failures, he famously said, "I have not failed, I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This is the mindset that leads to greatness. Every time Edison failed, he learned something new, adjusted his approach, and continued to move forward. His persistence in the face of failure is what eventually led to one of the greatest inventions in human history. When you embrace failure as a teacher, it becomes your ally in the pursuit of success. Failure helps you develop resilience. It teaches you how to bounce back from adversity, how to adapt, and how to keep going when the road gets tough. If you've never failed, it's a sign that you've never pushed yourself beyond your comfort zone. The most rewarding accomplishments require you to step into the unknown, to take risks, and to be vulnerable to the possibility of failure. It's not about avoiding the discomfort of failure, it's about learning to thrive in it. Resilience is built by overcoming failure. Each time you get up after a setback, you become stronger. Your belief in yourself and your ability to succeed deepens, and you learn that no matter how difficult the challenge, you have the strength to push through. This inner strength is what will carry you through future obstacles and propel you toward your goals. When you know that you can face failure and learn from it, the fear of it begins to dissipate, allowing you to take bigger risks and make bolder moves toward your ambitions. Failure is also an incredible motivator. It has the power to fuel your determination and increase your drive to succeed. The pain of failure can ignite a fire within you to keep going, to prove to yourself that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. It's often when we feel the sting of failure that we find our greatest motivation.
It pushes us to work harder, to be more creative, and to pursue excellence with renewed focus. The pain of failure can become the fuel that powers your success, and that transformation is what makes failure such a potent motivator. When you face a setback, take a moment to reflect on what went wrong, but don't dwell on it. Instead, focus on what you can learn from the experience. Ask yourself questions like, what did I learn from this? What can I do differently next time? How can I improve? By asking these questions, you turn failure into a tool for growth rather than a source of discouragement. The act of reflection helps you reframe your experience, making it a stepping stone rather than a stumbling block. One of the most powerful aspects of failure is that it encourages innovation. Failure forces you to think outside the box, to look at the situation from different angles, and to come up with new solutions. It pushes you to be creative, to experiment, and to refine your approach. Many of the greatest innovations in history were born out of failure. When something doesn't work, it presents an opportunity to find a better way, a more efficient solution, or a new perspective. Failure invites innovation by challenging the status quo and pushing you to break free from conventional thinking. The fear of failure often paralyzes people, preventing them from taking action in the first place. But the key to overcoming this fear is to accept that failure is an inevitable part of the process. It's not about whether you will fail, it's about how you respond to it when it happens. When you adopt the mindset that failure is not something to avoid, but something to embrace, you can move forward with confidence. You stop worrying about the possibility of failure, and you start focusing on the possibilities for success that lie beyond it. Remember, failure doesn't make you weak, it makes you stronger. It forces you to face your limitations, confront your weaknesses, and find ways to improve. By facing failure head-on, you develop the skills and the character needed to achieve greatness. Every time you fail and rise again, you are building the mental and emotional muscles required to overcome even bigger challenges. Failure teaches you to persevere, to be resourceful, and to remain steadfast in the pursuit of your goals. Success is not about avoiding failure, it's about embracing it, learning from it, and using it as a driving force to achieve your dreams. The most successful people in the world have all faced failure in some form or another. But what sets them apart is their ability to keep going after each failure, to keep improving, and to keep pushing forward with determination and resilience. Failure is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength. It means that you are trying, that you are taking risks, and that you are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. In every failure, there is a lesson. In every setback, there is an opportunity for growth. If you view failure through this lens, it becomes a powerful tool that propels you forward on your journey. The greatest people in history didn't become great by avoiding failure, they became great by learning from it and using it to fuel their success. So the next time you fail, remember that it's not the end of the road, it's simply a step in the process of achieving something greater. Embrace failure as your teacher and motivator, and let it lead you to the success you deserve. In the end, success is not about being flawless, it's about being willing to fail, to learn, and to try again. Every time you fail, you gain something valuable. You gain experience, wisdom, and a deeper understanding of yourself and your goals. So embrace failure, learn from it, and use it as the driving force that propels you toward your greatest achievements.
Chapter 9. Prioritize self-discipline to master your daily routine. Mastering your daily routine is the key to mastering your life. It's not about talent, luck, or being in the right place at the right time. It's about cultivating self-discipline. Self-discipline is the backbone of success, the unwavering force that drives you to take action even when you don't feel like it, to stick to your commitments when distractions arise, and to maintain consistency in the face of adversity. It's the art of doing what needs to be done, regardless of how you feel or the circumstances around you. If you can master your daily routine through self-discipline, you can master your life. Every day offers an opportunity to move closer to your goals, but it's up to you to seize that opportunity. The way you structure your days, the choices you make in the small moments, and the discipline you exercise in your routine will determine the trajectory of your life. This is where self-discipline comes into play. It's the force that enables you to maintain focus on what matters most, to keep your energy directed toward your goals, and to avoid falling into the traps of procrastination, self-doubt, and distraction. Self-discipline is not something you're born with. It's a muscle that you build through practice. Just like physical strength, your ability to stay disciplined grows stronger the more you exercise it. However, it's important to understand that self-discipline is not about being rigid or harsh on yourself. It's about creating a structure for your life that allows you to achieve your highest potential. It's about making small decisions each day that align with your long-term vision and staying committed to those decisions, no matter the temporary discomfort or distractions that arise. One of the most powerful ways to develop self-discipline is to start by defining your goals clearly. Without clear goals, there's no reason to be disciplined. You need to know where you're going in order to map out a path to get there. Your goals provide direction. They give you a roadmap, something to guide your daily actions and decisions. When you are crystal clear about your objectives, the discipline to take consistent action becomes easier because you have a purpose that you can anchor yourself to. Once you've defined your goals, the next step is to break them down into actionable steps. Many people falter at this stage. They set big, lofty goals but fail to break them down into manageable tasks. It's easy to get overwhelmed by the sheer magnitude of a goal, which is why breaking it down into small, actionable steps is critical. When you focus on one task at a time, the goal becomes less intimidating and more achievable. Each small action you take builds momentum and gives you the confidence to continue moving forward. This is where self-discipline shines. It's the consistent execution of these small tasks, day in and day out, that leads to big results. To stay disciplined, you must also build a routine. Routine is the framework within which your self-discipline operates. It's the daily practice that ensures you make progress, even when motivation is low. A routine gives you structure and consistency, which are the key ingredients for self-discipline. When you establish a daily routine, you eliminate the need to rely on fleeting motivation or willpower. Your routine becomes the non-negotiable foundation of your day. Whether it's waking up at a certain time, dedicating time to exercise, or setting aside moments for focused work, your routine will help you stay on track and avoid procrastination. But how do you build a routine that supports your goals? Start by identifying the activities that will help you achieve your objectives. If your goal is to improve your physical health, your routine should include regular exercise, nutritious meals, and enough sleep. If your goal is to advance in your career, your routine should include time for skill development, networking, and focused work on your projects. The key is consistency. It's not about doing everything perfectly every day. It's about committing to the process and showing up day after day. When building your routine, it's essential to be realistic. Overloading your day with too many tasks or unrealistic expectations will only lead to burnout and frustration. Start small and gradually build up to more challenging tasks. Focus on building the discipline to complete your daily tasks, and once that becomes second nature,
you can expand your routine to include more ambitious goals. Self-discipline is about mastering the small things before you take on the big things. In addition to routine, creating habits is another powerful tool for developing self-discipline. Habits are the small, automatic behaviors that we perform daily without thinking about them. Good habits, like making your bed in the morning, planning your day ahead of time, or reading for 30 minutes a day, reinforce self-discipline because they take the decision-making out of the equation. When something becomes a habit, it no longer requires willpower to complete. It's simply something you do. The more you build good habits, the less effort it takes to maintain your self-discipline. However, building good habits requires patience. You won't develop a new habit overnight. It takes time, usually between 21 to 66 days for a behavior to become automatic. During this time, it's essential to stay consistent, even if you don't see immediate results. The key to building a habit is persistence. You must continue performing the behavior, even when it feels uncomfortable or challenging. The more you do something, the more it becomes ingrained in your daily routine, and eventually, it becomes a natural part of who you are. It's also important to be aware of the habits that are working against your self-discipline. Habits like procrastination, negative self-talk, or engaging in distractions like social media can derail your progress. Identifying these habits and replacing them with more productive behaviors is an important step in cultivating self-discipline. Instead of trying to eliminate negative habits completely, focus on replacing them with positive ones. For example, if you tend to procrastinate, replace that behavior by committing to taking action for just 5 or 10 minutes. This small step helps break the cycle of procrastination and builds momentum. Another aspect of self-discipline is the ability to say no to distractions and temptations. In today's world, we are constantly bombarded with distractions, social media notifications, emails, phone calls and other interruptions that pull our attention away from what's important. To stay disciplined, you must learn to protect your time. One of the best ways to do this is to set boundaries. Create designated times for focused work, and during those times, eliminate all distractions. Turn off your phone, close unnecessary tabs, and commit to staying present with the task at hand. This is where the power of saying no comes into play. It's about saying no to things that don't align with your goals, and yes to the actions that will move you forward. Time management is also a crucial part of building self-discipline. Often, the root of our struggle with self-discipline is not a lack of motivation, but a lack of effective time management. Without a plan for how to use your time, it's easy to get distracted or waste hours on unimportant tasks. Time blocking is a technique that can help you manage your time more effectively. By setting aside specific blocks of time for focused work, you create a structure for your day that helps you stay disciplined. Whether it's setting aside time in the morning to work on your most important tasks, or scheduling regular breaks to recharge, time blocking ensures that you stay on track and make the most of your time. However, time management is not just about creating a schedule, it's about honoring that schedule. The true test of self-discipline comes when it's time to execute. When you commit to a task, follow through. When you schedule time for an important project, work on it without distractions. The more you respect your time and your commitments, the stronger your self-discipline becomes. Self-discipline also involves taking care of your mental and physical well-being. It's impossible to stay disciplined if you're exhausted, stressed or overwhelmed. Regular exercise, adequate sleep, and a healthy diet all play a role in strengthening your self-discipline. When your body and mind are healthy, you have more energy and focus to devote to your goals. Building self-discipline starts with taking care of yourself. Finally, it's important to practice patience and self-compassion along the way. Building a disciplined life doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process that requires persistence, patience, and consistency. Along the way, you will encounter setbacks, distractions, and challenges. Instead of being hard on yourself, treat yourself with kindness and keep going. Resilience in the face of setbacks is one of the greatest markers of self-discipline. In conclusion, mastering your daily routine through self-discipline is the key to achieving success. Self-discipline is about consistency, persistence, and the ability to focus on what matters most. By setting clear goals, building a routine, creating good habits, managing your time effectively, and taking care of your mental and physical health, you can strengthen your self-discipline and move closer to your dreams. It's not about being perfect, it's about showing up day after day and doing the work, no matter how difficult or uncomfortable it may be. The more disciplined you are with your routine, the more control you will have over your life, and the closer you will be to realizing your full potential.
Chapter 10. Reflect daily on your actions and adjust your course. The key to progress is not just in taking action, but in taking the right action and constantly improving on it. Success doesn't come from blindly charging forward without ever stopping to assess the road you're on. It comes from consistently reflecting on your actions, learning from them, and adjusting your course when necessary. Reflection is not a passive activity, it's an active, transformative process that turns your experiences into lessons and your setbacks into stepping stones. By reflecting daily on your actions and adjusting your course accordingly, you begin to sharpen your focus and align your efforts with your true purpose. Every day offers a chance to review what you've done and how you've done it. This self-reflection is a crucial tool for growth because it allows you to understand what's working and what's not, where your strengths lie, and where you need to improve. Without daily reflection, you risk moving forward without truly understanding the impact of your actions, and you could find yourself spinning in circles, repeating mistakes, or pursuing goals that no longer serve you. Reflection is a practice that helps you course correct in real time. When you make it a habit to regularly assess your actions, you create a cycle of continuous improvement. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, rushing from task to task without ever taking a moment to stop and evaluate. Yet when you take time each day to reflect on your actions, you gain invaluable insights into how you can optimize your time, energy, and efforts to move closer to your goals. One of the most effective ways to start your daily reflection process is by reviewing your goals. Every action you take should be aligned with a specific goal, and it's essential to check in with these goals regularly. Are the actions you took today bringing you closer to them? If so, which actions made the biggest impact? If not, why not? Daily reflection allows you to pause and ask these critical questions. It helps you identify patterns in your behavior and actions, ensuring that you stay on track and don't lose sight of your larger vision. Setting aside time each day for reflection doesn't have to be complicated. It could be as simple as journaling for 10 to 15 minutes at the end of each day. You can ask yourself a series of guiding questions, such as, what went well today? What could I have done better? How did I feel throughout the day? And what can I learn from those emotions? What progress did I make toward my goals? What can I improve tomorrow? These questions help you to review your day, both in terms of actions and emotional responses, and allow you to identify areas for growth. Reflection also allows you to understand the effectiveness of the strategies you've been using. Not everything will go according to plan, and some things won't work as you expected. Instead of becoming frustrated, view these moments as opportunities to adjust. If you find that a particular strategy isn't yielding the desired results, reflecting on your approach gives you the chance to tweak it, refine it, or try something entirely new. The process of reflection is not about assigning blame or feeling guilty. It's about looking at what's happened, evaluating it, and using the lessons to guide your next steps. There's a powerful distinction between being busy and being productive, and reflection helps you make that distinction. It's easy to fill your day with a flurry of activity, but not all activity is productive. By reflecting on your daily actions, you can separate the tasks that are moving you forward from those that are just filling up your time. Reflection gives you the opportunity to evaluate if you are prioritizing the right things, those that align with your goals and values. Are you spending time on activities that move you toward your long-term objectives, or are you getting caught up in distractions and short-term tasks that don't serve your greater purpose? The habit of reflection also helps you stay accountable to yourself. It's easy to make promises or set intentions, but without regularly checking in with yourself, you may lose sight of your commitments. By reflecting on your actions daily, you create a built-in system of accountability. It's a powerful way to stay true to your word and ensure that your actions consistently match your goals. When you check in with yourself at the end of each day, you hold yourself accountable to the choices you make and the progress you're striving to achieve. Another benefit of daily reflection is the way it enhances your self-awareness. Self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal growth because it allows you to understand your strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and patterns of behavior. Through daily reflection, you become more attuned to your thoughts, feelings, and reactions, which gives you the ability to make conscious, intentional choices moving forward. This heightened awareness helps you make better decisions, handle stress more effectively, and build stronger relationships as you gain a deeper understanding of yourself and how you interact with the world. Reflection also fosters gratitude. It can be easy to overlook the small victories or take things for granted when we're constantly rushing from one task to another. But when you take the time to reflect, you can appreciate the progress you've made, no matter how small. You can recognize the positive steps you've taken and the accomplishments you've achieved, even if they didn't feel monumental in the moment. This practice of gratitude strengthens your mindset, helping you to focus on abundance instead of scarcity. It shifts your attention from what's missing to what's already present, and that shift can create more positive momentum in your life. As you engage in daily reflection, you will inevitably encounter moments of discomfort. Sometimes, reflection reveals areas where you've fallen short or failed to live up to your own expectations. These moments can feel difficult, but they are precisely where growth happens. Instead of avoiding uncomfortable truths or brushing off mistakes, embrace them. Acknowledge what didn't work and use that insight to adjust your approach. Growth isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Reflection provides you with the tools to keep improving by offering the space to learn from your mistakes and refine your strategies. Reflection doesn't just apply to the actions you take, it also extends to your emotional state and mindset. Emotions play a significant role in shaping our actions, and daily reflection gives you the opportunity to assess how your emotions are influencing your behavior. Did frustration or stress impact your productivity today? Did fear hold you back from taking necessary action? By understanding the emotional drivers behind your decisions, you can work to address those emotions and make more intentional, empowered choices moving forward. Adjusting your course doesn't mean changing everything about your approach, it simply means recalibrating. Think of it like navigating a ship. Even with a clear destination,
The ship must constantly adjust its course to account for wind, currents, and other factors. Similarly, your path to success requires constant course adjustments. Every time you reflect and assess your actions, you are making small course corrections that bring you closer to your destination. These adjustments are necessary for staying on track, and they allow you to remain flexible as you encounter new challenges or learn new information. The process of adjusting your course also requires a willingness to let go of what isn't serving you. Sometimes, this means releasing outdated beliefs, ineffective habits, or unproductive patterns. Other times, it means letting go of goals or strategies that no longer align with your values or circumstances. Reflection helps you identify these areas where you may need to make a change and gives you the courage to act on it. The more you reflect and adjust, the more adept you become at recognizing when something isn't working and taking proactive steps to change it. To truly master the art of reflection and course correction, it's important to create a reflective environment that supports your growth. Set aside dedicated time each day, perhaps in the evening or first thing in the morning, to reflect on your actions and mindset. Minimize distractions during this time and allow yourself the mental space to truly assess your day. You may want to journal, meditate, or simply sit quietly with your thoughts. The goal is to give yourself the time and space to evaluate, adjust, and realign with your goals. Reflection is not a one-time activity, it's a continuous process. The more you engage with it, the more refined your actions and decisions become. As you reflect on your actions and adjust your course, you build a habit of continuous improvement that propels you forward, making each day an opportunity to get closer to your best self. The power of daily reflection lies in its ability to transform the mundane into the meaningful and to turn setbacks into steps forward. By making reflection a regular part of your routine, you create a pathway to consistent growth and achievement, ensuring that every action you take is aligned with your long-term vision and goals. Ultimately, the practice of reflection is a tool for becoming more intentional and mindful in every area of your life. It helps you stay on course, adjust when necessary, and continue moving forward with purpose and clarity. It's through this continuous process of reflection and adjustment that you unlock your full potential and create a life that is truly aligned with your deepest desires.
Chapter 11. Surround yourself with positive influences and mentors. Your environment has the power to shape your destiny. The people you surround yourself with can either lift you up or drag you down. If you want to achieve greatness, you must intentionally place yourself in environments that foster positivity, growth, and inspiration. Surround yourself with people who push you to be better, challenge your thinking, and support your dreams. The energy you absorb from others has a profound impact on your mindset, productivity, and overall success. Therefore, surrounding yourself with positive influences and mentors is not just a good idea, it is essential for reaching your full potential. Your network plays a critical role in your journey. Whether you realize it or not, the people around you influence the way you think, the actions you take, and the decisions you make. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how the people you spend the most time with impact your mood, energy, and even your outlook on life? If you're constantly around negative people who complain, criticize, or limit their own potential, chances are those attitudes will seep into your own thinking. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, motivated individuals, you can't help but feel inspired and driven to reach for your goals. But how do you find these positive influences, and how do you nurture relationships with people who will help you grow? The first step is to be intentional about who you allow into your life. It's not enough to just be surrounded by people, you must be surrounded by the right people. This means seeking out individuals who align with your values, who encourage your dreams, and who hold you accountable to your highest standards. You can start by identifying the qualities you want in the people you spend time with. What kind of energy do you want to attract into your life? Do you want people who inspire you with their passion and creativity, or do you want people who make you feel small, insecure, or stagnant? Once you have a clear idea of the kind of people you want in your circle, begin to actively seek out those individuals. Attend networking events, engage in communities or groups related to your interests, or even reach out to people you admire for mentorship. By being intentional and proactive in surrounding yourself with positive influences, you set yourself up for success. Mentorship is one of the most valuable assets you can have on your journey. A mentor is someone who has walked the path before you, someone who can offer guidance, wisdom, and insight that can accelerate your growth. A mentor doesn't just offer advice, they provide support, challenge your assumptions, and help you see things from a new perspective. Mentors are essential because they have the experience and knowledge to guide you through the inevitable obstacles that arise on the path to success. They help you avoid pitfalls, save time, and make better decisions. A good mentor is someone who genuinely cares about your success. They want to see you achieve your goals and are willing to invest time and energy in helping you get there. The best mentors are those who don't just tell you what to do, but who also empower you to think critically, solve problems, and make decisions on your own. They are the people who hold up a mirror and reflect back to you your own potential, helping you realize what you're truly capable of. A mentor's role is not to give you all the answers, but to guide you in finding the answers for yourself. However, finding the right mentor can take time. It's important to find someone whose values align with yours and who has the experience and expertise in the areas where you seek guidance. Don't be afraid to reach out to potential mentors, even if they seem out of reach. Many successful people are more than willing to share their knowledge and insights with those who are genuinely interested in learning and growing. Start by building relationships with people you admire. Ask thoughtful questions, show an interest in their work, and demonstrate your commitment to personal growth. Over time, these relationships may evolve into mentorship opportunities. But mentorship isn't a one-way street. A mentor's time and energy are valuable, and it's important to show appreciation for their guidance and support. Be proactive in your communication, stay committed to your goals, and demonstrate that you are taking action based on their advice. The best mentees are those who take initiative, ask for feedback, and are open to learning and improving. A mutually respectful relationship will allow you to get the most out of the mentorship experience and will also build a long-lasting connection with someone who can continue to guide you throughout your journey. While mentorship is essential, it's also important to surround yourself with a broader network of like-minded, positive people who share your values and vision. This network should include individuals who inspire you, challenge you, and provide you with different perspectives. Diversity of thought is crucial for personal and professional growth. Being around people who think differently from you forces you to expand your thinking and view things from new angles. When you engage with people who come from different backgrounds, experiences, and industries, you open yourself up to new opportunities and innovative ideas. Your network should be a support system that helps you grow and overcome challenges. When you face obstacles, the right people will encourage you, offer advice, and lift you up when you feel down. Positive influences help you stay motivated, especially when times get tough. They remind you of your potential and help you keep your eyes on the prize. They celebrate your victories with you and offer a shoulder to lean on when things don't go as planned. Being surrounded by a positive and supportive community gives you the emotional resilience you need to keep pushing forward, no matter what.
One of the most valuable aspects of having a positive network is the power of accountability. Accountability is the secret sauce that ensures you stay on track to reach your goals. It's easy to let things slide when you're working alone, but when you have a group of people who are invested in your success, you're much more likely to follow through on your commitments. Your positive network can help you set clear goals, hold you accountable, and provide constructive feedback when needed. When you know that others are watching your progress and rooting for your success, you are much more motivated to stay disciplined and focused. Another important benefit of surrounding yourself with positive influences is the energy they bring into your life. Energy is contagious. When you're around people who are passionate, motivated, and driven, you can't help but catch their enthusiasm. Positive people inspire you to take action, try new things, and push yourself to be better. They lift you up when you're feeling down and give you the strength to keep going. In contrast, being around negative or pessimistic people can drain your energy and make you doubt yourself. You don't need people who add to your stress or feed your insecurities. You need people who inspire you to keep moving forward with a sense of purpose. It's also important to remember that your circle should include people who challenge you, not just those who agree with everything you say. Constructive criticism and honest feedback are essential for growth. Surrounding yourself with people who are willing to challenge your ideas and help you see your blind spots will allow you to grow in ways you never thought possible. It's not about surrounding yourself with people who always tell you what you want to hear. It's about surrounding yourself with people who have the courage to tell you what you need to hear, even if it's uncomfortable. These are the relationships that push you to do better, think bigger, and reach higher. As you continue to grow and evolve, it's important to evaluate your circle regularly. Are the people you're spending the most time with contributing to your growth, or are they holding you back? Are they challenging you, supporting you, and encouraging your success? If not, it may be time to re-evaluate those relationships and make room for new, more positive influences. Sometimes we outgrow certain relationships or realize that they no longer serve our best interests. While this can be difficult, it's an important step in your personal and professional growth. Remember, you are the sum of the people you spend the most time with, so choose wisely. Surrounding yourself with positive influences and mentors is not a one-time task, it's an ongoing process. As you grow, you'll meet new people who align with your goals and values, and you'll continue to seek out those who inspire and challenge you. Your network will evolve, but it will always be an essential part of your success. In times of uncertainty, your mentors and positive influences will be there to guide you, to remind you of your worth, and to help you keep going when the road gets tough. Ultimately, your journey to success is not a solo endeavor. The people you surround yourself with have the power to elevate you, motivate you, and help you achieve things you never thought possible. By surrounding yourself with positive influences, building a supportive network, and seeking mentorship, you create an environment that nurtures your growth and encourages you to be the best version of yourself. Don't wait for the right people to find you. Actively seek them out, invest in those relationships, and watch as your success becomes a reflection of the people who help you get there.
Chapter 12. Learn continuously to expand your knowledge and skills. The world doesn't stop evolving, and neither should you. The pursuit of knowledge and the expansion of your skills is not a one-time endeavor, it is a lifelong commitment. The more you learn, the more you grow, and the more you grow, the more doors open to you. To be truly successful, you must embrace the mindset of continuous learning. Knowledge is not just power, it is the foundation upon which all of your future successes are built. Learning is a powerful tool, and it is an essential part of personal and professional growth. As the world changes at an ever-increasing pace, the ability to adapt, innovate, and evolve is directly tied to your willingness to continue learning. Without a commitment to expanding your knowledge and honing your skills, you risk falling behind. The best investment you can make is in yourself. Every new piece of information you gain, every skill you master, is an investment that pays dividends throughout your life. It's easy to become comfortable with what you already know, especially when things are going well. Many people reach a certain point in their lives where they feel like they've learned enough, that they've acquired the necessary knowledge and skills to succeed. But this mindset can be a trap. When you stop learning, you stop growing. The moment you believe you have reached the peak is the moment you begin to plateau. Success is not a destination, it is a continual journey, and the more you learn, the further you can go. To continuously expand your knowledge and skills, you must first foster a mindset of curiosity. Curiosity is the fuel that drives your desire to learn. It is the question, "What if?" that propels you to seek new information and explore new ideas. People who are naturally curious are never satisfied with surface-level answers. They want to dig deeper, understand more, and push the boundaries of their knowledge. Cultivating curiosity allows you to stay engaged with the world around you and fuels your desire to grow. A curious mindset opens the door to endless possibilities. When you're constantly seeking to learn, you begin to see opportunities in places where others might see obstacles. You learn to view challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to develop new skills, gain insights, and grow. Embrace the mindset that no matter how much you know, there is always more to learn. This approach will keep you humble and hungry for knowledge, ensuring that you never stop evolving. Continuous learning also involves challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone. True growth happens when you push yourself beyond what is familiar and comfortable. This can mean tackling subjects or skills that are outside your immediate expertise or interests. When you commit to learning, you commit to stepping into the unknown and embracing uncertainty. Growth happens in those moments when you challenge yourself to do something difficult or unfamiliar. Don't limit yourself to the things you already know well. If you are passionate about one particular area, dive deep into it, but also make an effort to branch out and explore other disciplines. The more diverse your knowledge and skills, the more valuable you become. Cross-disciplinary learning often leads to unexpected breakthroughs. By exposing yourself to new ideas, approaches, and perspectives, you enhance your ability to think critically, solve problems, and innovate. For instance, a marketing professional might benefit from learning about behavioral psychology, while a software developer might gain insight from studying design thinking. When you expand your learning beyond your field of expertise, you open yourself up to new ideas that can radically transform the way you approach challenges. One of the most valuable forms of continuous learning is experiential learning. This type of learning occurs through experience and reflection. While books, courses, and seminars are great resources, they cannot replace the wisdom gained from real-world application. The most successful people are those who take what they learn and apply it. They are willing to make mistakes, learn from them, and adjust their approach. In fact, failure can be one of the greatest teachers. When you learn through doing, you not only gain knowledge, but also gain insight into how things actually work in practice. To engage in experiential learning, you need to develop a habit of reflecting on your experiences. Whether you've just completed a project, finished a course, or taken on a new challenge, take the time to reflect on what you learned and how you can apply those lessons in the future. Reflection helps you connect the dots between theory and practice, and it ensures that the lessons you've learned are integrated into your thinking and behavior. Continuous learning also involves staying open to feedback. Feedback is an essential part of growth because it provides you with an external perspective on your strengths and weaknesses. Receiving feedback, whether from a mentor, a colleague, or a friend, allows you to see areas for improvement that you might not have noticed on your own. While feedback can sometimes be difficult to hear, it is a gift that helps you refine your skills and become better at what you do. The most successful people actively seek feedback because they understand that it accelerates their growth. Being open to feedback also means learning to handle criticism with grace and humility. Instead of becoming defensive, view feedback as an opportunity to improve. By incorporating feedback into your daily routine, you begin to develop a deeper awareness of your strengths and weaknesses, and you are able to adjust your actions accordingly. This level of self-awareness is key to continuous learning because it allows you to adapt and grow with each new experience. Another important aspect of learning continuously is committing to lifelong education. The traditional model of learning, where education takes place in a classroom or during specific years of life, is outdated. In the modern world, learning is something that happens every day for the rest of your life. There are countless resources available to help you expand your knowledge: online courses, podcasts, audiobooks, workshops, webinars, blogs, and more. With so many tools at your disposal, there is no excuse not to continue learning. Set aside time every day for some form of learning. Whether it's reading a book, taking an online course, watching educational videos, or engaging in a meaningful conversation with someone who has expertise in a subject you want to explore, make learning a priority. The key is consistency. Just like any habit, learning needs to be incorporated into your daily routine to become ingrained in your life. It's not about consuming information mindlessly. It's about engaging with the material, processing it, and applying it in your own life. One of the best ways to foster continuous learning is to surround yourself with other learners. Build a community of like-minded individuals who value personal development and knowledge. Share ideas, exchange resources, and encourage each other's growth. When you are part of a community that prioritizes learning, you hold each other accountable and create a supportive environment that encourages exploration and curiosity. Seek out groups, forums, or clubs where you can engage with others who share your passion for growth. Mentorship plays a significant role in continuous learning as well. Having a mentor allows you to accelerate your growth because you can learn directly from someone who has experience and expertise in the areas you want to develop. A mentor provides guidance, shares valuable insights, and challenges you to push beyond your limits. They can help you navigate the learning process by pointing out blind spots, suggesting resources, and offering constructive criticism. If you don't yet have a mentor, seek one out. If you do, make the most of the opportunity to learn from their experience. It's also crucial to stay humble throughout your learning journey. No matter how much knowledge or experience you acquire, there is always more to learn. The most successful individuals are those who never stop being students of life. They understand that knowledge is infinite and that true wisdom comes from an openness to new ideas and experiences. By staying humble, you remain receptive to learning, and this mindset propels you toward greater success and fulfillment. To truly expand your knowledge and skills, it's important to set specific learning goals. Identify the areas in your life that you want to improve or develop, and create a plan to acquire the knowledge and skills necessary to achieve those goals. Whether it's improving your communication skills, mastering a new technology, or deepening your understanding of a subject, having clear learning objectives gives you a roadmap for your educational journey.
Review your goals regularly and adjust them as needed to ensure that you're staying on track and making progress. As you embark on the journey of continuous learning, remember that it's not just about accumulating knowledge, it's about applying that knowledge to improve yourself and your life. The true value of learning lies in its ability to transform your thinking, enhance your capabilities, and enrich your experiences. When you commit to lifelong learning, you unlock the potential to evolve in every aspect of your life, moving closer to the person you are meant to be. Never stop learning. The more you know, the more you grow, and the more you grow, the more you become capable of achieving greatness.
Chapter 13. Focus your energy on what truly matters to you. You have a finite amount of time and energy, and how you choose to allocate both will determine your level of success and fulfillment. Every day you are presented with countless distractions, temptations, and demands on your attention. But here's the truth. If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to live a life of purpose, you must focus your energy on what truly matters to you. It is easy to get caught up in the busyness of life, the constant stream of tasks, requests, obligations, and distractions that seem to pull us in 1,000 different directions. In today's world, we are constantly connected, constantly accessible, and constantly bombarded with information. Yet, despite all this constant activity, many people still feel like they are not making any meaningful progress. This is because they are spreading their energy too thin, focusing on too many things that don't align with their true purpose. If you want to live a life that truly matters, you must learn to direct your energy toward what is important, not just what is urgent. The first step in focusing your energy on what truly matters is identifying what matters most to you. This requires deep reflection and introspection. Ask yourself, what do I truly care about? What am I passionate about? What are my core values? What do I want my life to stand for? These questions are not easy to answer, but they are crucial. It's not enough to simply chase after the next thing or follow someone else's path. To achieve lasting fulfillment and success, you must identify your own unique vision and set your focus on it. This process of identifying what truly matters to you often involves letting go of things that no longer serve you. In the hustle of daily life, it's easy to become attached to superficial goals or external expectations. You might feel pressured to keep up with the latest trends, to meet societal standards, or to please others. But if these things do not align with your core values and long-term vision, they are distractions, energy drains that keep you from focusing on what really matters. Learning to say no to things that do not align with your priorities is a key part of focusing your energy where it counts. It's about creating space for the things that will bring you closer to your true goals. When you focus on what truly matters, you are better able to align your daily actions with your long-term vision. Every choice you make, from the small daily decisions to the big life-altering ones, should be guided by the clarity of your purpose. For example, if your top priority is building a successful business, then you need to ensure that most of your time and energy goes toward activities that directly support that goal. This might mean cutting back on social obligations, eliminating distractions, and being more intentional about how you spend your time. But if you don't know what your core priorities are, you will continue to waste precious time on things that do not contribute to your success. Focusing your energy also means being selective about the people you surround yourself with. The people in your life can either propel you forward or hold you back. If you want to be successful in achieving what truly matters to you, it's essential to surround yourself with those who support your goals, challenge you to be better, and encourage you to keep going when things get tough. On the other hand, if you spend time with people who drain your energy, who are negative or unsupportive, or who lead you away from your true purpose, it will be difficult for you to stay focused and stay on track. This principle of surrounding yourself with positive influences extends beyond just the people you interact with in person. It also includes the information you consume, the media you engage with, and the environments you immerse yourself in. When you're constantly exposed to negativity, drama, or irrelevant distractions, it becomes hard to keep your focus on what truly matters. The best way to protect your energy is to curate your environment, whether it's the books you read, the podcasts you listen to, or the people you spend time with. Make sure your surroundings align with your goals and values. If you're constantly fueling your mind with distractions and negativity, it will be almost impossible to focus on your bigger purpose. One of the most significant barriers to focusing on what matters is the temptation to multitask. In an age where we are constantly juggling multiple tasks at once, it may seem efficient to try to accomplish several things simultaneously. But the truth is, multitasking often leads to diminished results. When you divide your focus, you dilute your energy and attention. The best way to achieve meaningful results is to concentrate on one thing at a time, giving it your full attention. Prioritize your tasks based on what matters most, and avoid scattering your energy on low-priority activities. By focusing your attention on one task at a time, you ensure that you give each project the time and energy it deserves, leading to better quality results. To help you focus on what truly matters, it's helpful to set clear, measurable goals. These goals act as a roadmap, guiding your actions and decisions. However, setting goals isn't just about identifying what you want to achieve, it's about breaking down those goals into actionable steps. When you have a clear plan and a set of milestones, it's easier to stay focused and make consistent progress toward your objectives. Without clear goals, it's easy to drift from one task to another without making any real progress. Part of focusing your energy on what matters is creating a daily routine that supports your priorities. A well-structured day allows you to channel your energy in the right direction, ensuring that you're making meaningful progress toward your goals. This might involve blocking off time for deep work, scheduling time for self-care, and making sure that you're setting aside space for the things that are most important to you. A routine doesn't just bring structure to your day, it ensures that your energy is being used efficiently and effectively. Another key component of focusing on what matters is learning to manage distractions. In today's world, distractions are everywhere, whether it's social media notifications, emails, or the temptation to engage in mindless activities. It's easy to get sidetracked and lose focus on your priorities. To protect your energy, you must learn to minimize distractions and stay disciplined about how you allocate your time. This might mean turning off notifications, setting boundaries with others, or creating a distraction-free workspace. When you eliminate distractions, you free up your energy to focus on what truly matters. To stay focused, it's important to create checkpoints throughout your day to assess whether you're staying aligned with your priorities. Take a few moments in the morning to review your goals and set your intentions for the day. At the end of the day, take a moment to reflect on what you accomplished and whether your actions aligned with your long-term vision. This daily check-in allows you to adjust your course if necessary, ensuring that you are always moving in the right direction. It's a way of recalibrating and making sure that you are using your energy in the most productive and meaningful way possible. Another crucial aspect of focusing your energy is learning to say no. Often, we are tempted to take on too many commitments, either out of a sense of obligation or a desire to please others. But saying yes to everything spreads your energy too thin and prevents you from focusing on what truly matters.
Learn to say no to things that don't align with your values and priorities. Saying no is not about being selfish, it's about protecting your time and energy for the things that truly matter. When you say yes to everything, you say no to your goals, dreams, and values. Additionally, remember that focusing your energy is not about achieving perfection. It's about making consistent progress toward what matters most to you. Every day, you make choices, some small, some big, that either bring you closer to your goals or pull you further away from them. Focus on making the best choices you can, even if they're small. Over time, these small choices add up to significant progress. Perfection is not the goal, consistency is. As you focus your energy on what truly matters, you'll start to see results. But it's important to remember that the process of focusing is ongoing. Your priorities may shift as you grow, and you'll need to continually adjust your focus accordingly. Life is dynamic, and your goals will evolve as you learn, grow, and change. Regularly reassess your goals and adjust your focus to ensure that you're always directing your energy toward the most meaningful pursuits. Finally, focus is not about deprivation, it's about empowerment. The more you focus on what truly matters, the more energy you free up for things that align with your values, your purpose, and your vision. You're not sacrificing what's important for what's urgent. You're investing your time and energy in the things that will bring you lasting fulfillment and success. In conclusion, focusing your energy on what truly matters is the key to living a purposeful, fulfilling life. It requires discipline, clarity, and intentionality, but the rewards are immeasurable. When you direct your attention toward your highest priorities, you open yourself to greater opportunities, deeper fulfillment, and true success. By protecting your energy, setting clear goals, creating a supportive routine, and minimizing distractions, you ensure that every day is spent moving closer to the life you want to create. Focus your energy, and the life you desire will become a reality.
Chapter 14. Track your progress and celebrate every small win. Success is built on small, consistent steps. It's easy to overlook the small wins, but they are the true foundation of long-term success. Every step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your ultimate goals. If you want to truly excel and reach your potential, you must learn to track your progress and celebrate each small win along the way. It's these incremental victories that create the momentum needed for bigger achievements. Too often, we get caught up in the idea of achieving big wins. We focus on the end result, the dream house, the big promotion, the million-dollar idea, and forget that these are the outcomes of many small steps taken over time. Big wins don't just happen overnight. They are the culmination of countless small, often uncelebrated victories. The true power lies in acknowledging these smaller achievements and using them as fuel to continue moving forward. By tracking your progress and celebrating every small win, you create a positive feedback loop that keeps you motivated and on track, regardless of how challenging the journey may seem. Tracking progress isn't just about monitoring outcomes, it's about recognizing the actions and habits that contribute to your success. When you track your progress, you get to see the tangible results of your efforts, which reinforces the idea that your actions matter. It allows you to connect the dots between the effort you put in and the results you see. When you make progress visible, you make it easier to see that your hard work is paying off, even if the results are not immediately groundbreaking. One of the most effective ways to track your progress is by setting clear, measurable goals. Without clear objectives, it's difficult to assess how far you've come. For example, if your goal is to improve your health, tracking your daily meals, exercise routines, or even the number of steps you take each day gives you a concrete way to measure progress. If your goal is to grow your business, You might track the number of clients acquired, sales made, or content created each week. Tracking these small metrics allows you to see how your consistent actions add up over time. Beyond measuring your actions, it's also important to track how you feel. Success is not just about achieving external milestones, it's also about how you grow internally. Keep track of your emotions, mindset, and overall well-being throughout your journey. Are you feeling more confident, positive, and empowered as you move forward? Are you finding new energy and motivation as you make progress? By noting these internal shifts, you acknowledge that personal growth is just as important as external accomplishments. When you track both your tangible progress and internal growth, you gain a more holistic understanding of your journey. Once you begin tracking your progress, it's time to celebrate those small wins. Celebrating small victories is a crucial part of maintaining motivation and reinforcing positive habits. Many people are quick to downplay their accomplishments, thinking they aren't big enough to celebrate. But small wins matter, and they deserve recognition. Every time you reach a milestone, whether it's completing a project, hitting a fitness target, or mastering a new skill, you should take the time to acknowledge your success. Celebrating doesn't mean throwing a massive party every time you achieve something minor, but it does mean taking a moment to reflect on what you've accomplished and appreciate the effort you put in. This could be something as simple as giving yourself a pat on the back, taking a moment to acknowledge your success, or treating yourself to something small that brings you joy. By taking the time to celebrate, you reinforce the idea that progress is worth acknowledging and that each step forward is valuable. The act of celebrating small wins also plays a crucial role in building self-confidence. When you acknowledge your progress, you remind yourself that you are capable of achieving your goals. This strengthens your belief in yourself and boosts your confidence. Too often, we wait for external validation or for big achievements before we allow ourselves to feel proud. But the truth is, your growth and progress are worth celebrating, no matter how small they seem. Every small win is a testament to your commitment and perseverance. Celebrating these victories keeps your momentum strong and keeps you focused on the positive aspects of your journey. When you take the time to celebrate your achievements, you also build a habit of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful tool for maintaining motivation and a positive outlook. It helps you focus on what you have accomplished rather than what you haven't, shifting your attention from scarcity to abundance. Each small win is an opportunity to practice gratitude, whether it's the sense of accomplishment from completing a difficult task or the joy of seeing progress toward a larger goal. Gratitude helps you stay grounded and present in your journey, making it easier to appreciate the process rather than just the outcome. Tracking progress and celebrating small wins also keeps you aligned with your long-term goals. It's easy to get discouraged when you're not seeing immediate results, but by focusing on the incremental improvements you're making, you remind yourself that progress is happening, even if it's not immediately visible. The process of tracking allows you to stay connected to your why and keep your focus on what matters most. Celebrating each small win gives you the boost you need to keep moving forward, knowing that each step is bringing you closer to your ultimate goal. It's important to remember that progress is not always linear. Some days will be harder than others, and there may be setbacks along the way. But this is all part of the journey. Not every step will feel like a win, but that doesn't mean you aren't making progress. Tracking your progress allows you to see the bigger picture. Even on days when you feel like you're not making significant strides, the act of tracking helps you realize that small, consistent actions add up over time. The key is to remain patient and stay focused on the process. Celebrating small wins also helps to combat the fear of failure.
It's easy to feel like you're failing when you don't see immediate success, but by celebrating the small steps you're taking, you can shift your mindset from one of fear to one of empowerment. When you celebrate progress, you acknowledge that every effort counts, even if the end result is not yet in sight. This shift in perspective allows you to keep going, even when things aren't perfect. It gives you the strength to push through challenges and stay committed to your long-term vision. As you continue to track your progress and celebrate your small wins, you begin to build a sense of accomplishment and pride in your journey. Every milestone you reach, no matter how small, serves as proof that you are capable of achieving your goals. This sense of accomplishment fuels your desire to continue moving forward, and it helps you stay motivated even when the path gets tough. Small wins create positive momentum that carries you forward, helping you build the resilience and perseverance needed for long-term success. In addition to celebrating your own wins, it's also important to acknowledge the successes of others. A culture of celebrating progress, both your own and that of others, creates an environment of positivity and encouragement. When you celebrate the victories of those around you, you create a supportive network where success is not a competition, but a shared experience. This fosters a sense of community and camaraderie, motivating everyone involved to keep working toward their goals. Finally, it's essential to remember that tracking progress and celebrating small wins is not just about the destination, it's about enjoying the journey. Success is not an end point, it is a process. By focusing on your small victories, you stay engaged with the process, allowing you to enjoy every step of the journey. When you celebrate your wins, you celebrate the effort, the learning, and the growth that comes with it. This mindset ensures that the journey itself becomes just as fulfilling as the destination. In conclusion, tracking your progress and celebrating every small win is a critical part of staying motivated, focused, and aligned with your goals. Every small step you take brings you closer to your ultimate vision, and it's important to acknowledge and celebrate those steps along the way. By tracking your actions, reflecting on your growth, and celebrating your progress, you create a positive feedback loop that propels you towards success. Remember, success is built on small wins. Don't wait for the big victory to celebrate. Celebrate every step and enjoy the process of becoming the person you are meant to be.
Chapter 15. Develop emotional intelligence to manage stress and adversity. Emotional intelligence is the key that unlocks your ability to thrive in the face of stress and adversity. It's not just about being smart or talented, it's about understanding and managing your emotions, using them to navigate challenges with resilience, and connecting deeply with those around you. Life is full of stresses, obstacles, and difficult moments, but how you respond to those challenges determines your ability to overcome them. Developing emotional intelligence (EQ) allows you to stay calm under pressure, make thoughtful decisions, and maintain your well-being in the midst of adversity. It is the difference between being swept away by life's challenges and standing firm, grounded in your strength. At its core, emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize and understand your emotions and the emotions of others, and to use this awareness to guide your thoughts, behavior, and relationships. It is made up of 5 key components: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Each of these components plays a crucial role in how you handle stress, adversity, and challenges in life. When you develop these skills, you equip yourself with the tools to manage emotions effectively, build stronger relationships, and navigate even the toughest of situations with grace and confidence. Self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It is the ability to recognize and understand your emotions as they arise. Without self-awareness, it's easy to be overwhelmed by your feelings, allowing them to dictate your behavior and reactions. For example, you may feel frustrated in a difficult situation, but if you're not self-aware, you might lash out or make impulsive decisions that you later regret. Self-awareness allows you to catch yourself in these moments and pause before reacting. It gives you the opportunity to understand why you feel a certain way and whether that emotion is influencing your behavior in a positive or negative way. Developing self-awareness involves regularly checking in with yourself throughout the day. It's about tuning into your emotions and noticing how you're feeling in different situations. Take a moment to ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? What caused this emotion? How is this emotion affecting my behavior? By paying attention to your emotional state, you gain valuable insights into your triggers, patterns, and how you respond to various situations. This awareness enables you to make more conscious, intentional choices about how to handle your emotions and reactions. Once you have developed self-awareness, the next step is self-regulation. Self-regulation is the ability to manage and control your emotions, particularly in challenging or stressful situations. It's about staying calm under pressure, not allowing negative emotions like anger, frustration, or anxiety to overwhelm you. Self-regulation allows you to think clearly, make rational decisions, and act with intention, even when emotions are running high. This is especially important when dealing with stress or adversity, as reacting impulsively can often make a situation worse rather than better. To develop self-regulation, you must practice emotional control. One effective strategy is to pause and take a deep breath when you feel yourself becoming emotionally triggered. This moment of pause gives you the space to evaluate the situation, regulate your emotions, and choose a more thoughtful response. Another technique is to reframe your thoughts. Instead of focusing on the negative aspects of a situation, try to find a more positive or neutral perspective. For example, if you're stuck in traffic, rather than becoming frustrated, you could use the time to listen to an audiobook or practice deep breathing. Self-regulation is about finding ways to manage your emotions in ways that serve your well-being and keep you on track to achieving your goals. Motivation is another key component of emotional intelligence that plays a crucial role in managing stress and adversity. Motivation is the internal drive that pushes you to pursue your goals and stay focused, even in the face of obstacles. It's the difference between giving up when things get tough and pushing through, fueled by your passion and determination. When you have a strong sense of motivation, you're less likely to be derailed by challenges or setbacks. Instead, you see them as opportunities to grow and improve, knowing that your ultimate success depends on your ability to keep going. Building motivation involves connecting with your deeper why, the reason behind your goals and actions. Understanding why you want to achieve something helps you stay focused on the bigger picture, even when the going gets tough. When you face adversity, it's easy to lose sight of your purpose, but reminding yourself of your core motivations helps you stay aligned with your goals. This could be the desire to provide for your family, the passion for your craft, or the ambition to make a positive impact in the world. Having a clear, meaningful purpose strengthens your resolve and helps you push through the challenges you encounter. Empathy is another critical component of emotional intelligence, especially when dealing with stress and adversity. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of others. It allows you to connect with people on a deeper level, offering support and understanding when they are going through difficult times. Empathy is essential in building strong, supportive relationships, both personally and professionally. When you are empathetic, you are better equipped to navigate difficult conversations, manage conflicts, and offer compassion to others, which in turn helps to reduce stress and build trust. Developing empathy involves actively listening to others and being present in the moment. It's about putting yourself in their shoes, seeking to understand their perspective without judgment. Empathy helps you manage stress because it allows you to approach challenging situations with a sense of understanding and compassion rather than frustration or defensiveness. It also helps you build deeper, more meaningful relationships that provide emotional support when you face adversity. The final component of emotional intelligence is social skills, which encompass the ability to build and maintain healthy relationships, communicate effectively, and work collaboratively with others. Strong social skills allow you to navigate social dynamics with ease, reduce misunderstandings, and foster a positive, supportive environment. This is especially important when dealing with stress and adversity, as a strong social network can provide the support and encouragement you need to persevere. Developing strong social skills involves practicing active listening, improving your communication, and fostering a sense of trust and respect with others. When you communicate effectively, you reduce the potential for conflict, misunderstandings, and frustration. You can also build stronger relationships that offer emotional support, which helps reduce stress and increase resilience. Building these skills also helps you maintain a sense of connection, even during difficult times, as you know that you are supported by others. Emotional intelligence is not a skill you're born with, it's something you can develop and strengthen over time. It requires intentional practice and self-reflection. One of the most effective ways to enhance your emotional intelligence is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you increase your self-awareness and learn to regulate your emotions more effectively. It also helps you build empathy, as it encourages you to be present with others and understand their feelings. Mindfulness practices such as meditation, deep breathing, and journaling can help you manage stress and adversity by calming your mind, improving emotional regulation, and increasing your resilience. When you make mindfulness a daily practice, you become more attuned to your emotions, better able to manage stress, and more capable of handling the challenges that life throws your way. In addition to mindfulness, seeking feedback from others is another important tool for developing emotional intelligence. Feedback helps you gain insight into your emotional reactions, communication style, and interpersonal relationships. It can highlight areas where you may need to improve and help you become more self-aware. Feedback from trusted individuals, whether colleagues, friends, or mentors, can offer valuable perspective and guidance, helping you improve your emotional intelligence and better manage stress. Finally, one of the most important aspects of emotional intelligence is resilience. The ability to bounce back from adversity, learn from failure, and continue to move forward. Developing resilience requires a combination of self-awareness, self-regulation, and motivation. It's about recognizing that challenges and setbacks are a natural part of life, and that you have the inner strength to rise above them. The more you practice emotional intelligence, the more resilient you become, and the better equipped you are to handle stress and adversity with grace and composure. In conclusion, emotional intelligence is a powerful tool for managing stress and overcoming adversity. By developing self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills, you can navigate life's challenges with resilience, calm, and confidence. Emotional intelligence not only enhances your ability to manage stress, but also improves your relationships, increases your well-being, and helps you achieve your goals. It is a skill that can be cultivated through mindfulness, reflection, and practice. The more you develop your emotional intelligence, the more empowered you become to handle life's ups and downs, and the stronger you become in the face of adversity. Chapter 16. Improve your physical health to support mental clarity. Your body is the vessel that carries you through life, and its condition directly impacts every aspect of your well-being, including your mental clarity. Physical health is not just about looking good or feeling strong. It's about enhancing your ability to think clearly, make better decisions, and stay focused on your goals. When your body is strong, your mind is sharp, and when your mind is sharp, you can navigate challenges with confidence and clarity. Improving your physical health is one of the most powerful ways to support your mental well-being and unlock your full potential. The connection between physical health and mental clarity is undeniable. When you take care of your body, you optimize your brain's ability to function, focus, and process information. Physical exercise, proper nutrition, sleep, and stress management all play a crucial role in supporting your cognitive function and mental clarity. When you neglect your physical health, it becomes much harder to concentrate, solve problems, or make clear decisions. On the other hand, when you prioritize your physical health, you provide your mind with the resources it needs to perform at its best. One of the most effective ways to improve your physical health is through regular exercise. Exercise not only strengthens your muscles and improves cardiovascular health, but it also has a profound impact on your brain. When you exercise, your body releases endorphins, the feel-good chemicals that boost mood, reduce stress, and increase mental focus. Regular physical activity has been shown to improve cognitive function, enhance memory, and promote overall mental clarity. Even short bursts of exercise can help improve attention and focus, making it easier to stay sharp throughout the day. You don't have to commit to hours at the gym every day to experience the benefits of exercise. A consistent routine that includes activities like walking, jogging, yoga, or strength training can provide significant improvements to your mental clarity. The key is consistency. Just like any other skill, the more consistently you engage in physical activity, the greater the benefits you'll experience in terms of both physical health and mental performance. Whether you prefer intense workouts or low-impact activities, the important thing is to make exercise a regular part of your routine. In addition to exercise, proper nutrition plays a critical role in supporting mental clarity. The food you eat provides the fuel your brain needs to function at its best. When you eat nutrient-dense foods, your body has the resources it needs to maintain energy levels, stabilize mood, and enhance cognitive function. On the other hand, poor dietary choices, such as excessive sugar, processed foods, or unhealthy fats, can leave you feeling sluggish, unfocused, and mentally foggy. To support mental clarity, focus on eating a balanced diet rich in whole, unprocessed foods. Include plenty of fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats in your meals. Omega-3 fatty acids, found in foods like fish, flax seeds, and walnuts, are particularly beneficial for brain health. They have been shown to improve memory, cognitive function, and mood regulation. Avoid relying on caffeine or sugar to give you temporary energy boosts, as these can lead to crashes and leave you feeling mentally drained. Instead, opt for complex carbohydrates and protein-rich foods that provide sustained energy and support cognitive function throughout the day. Hydration is another essential aspect of maintaining mental clarity. Your brain is made up of roughly 75% water, and dehydration can negatively impact your ability to think clearly, concentrate, and process information. Even mild dehydration can lead to cognitive impairments, such as difficulty concentrating, poor memory, and mental fatigue. Make sure to drink plenty of water throughout the day to stay hydrated and support optimal brain function. If you struggle to drink enough water, try carrying a water bottle with you or setting reminders to take a sip throughout the day. While exercise and nutrition are fundamental to physical health, one of the most overlooked yet crucial aspects of improving mental clarity is getting enough sleep. Sleep is the body's natural mechanism for rest, repair, and rejuvenation, and it plays a critical role in brain function. During sleep, your brain processes information, consolidates memories, and clears out toxins that have accumulated throughout the day. Without adequate sleep, your cognitive abilities, including focus, memory, and decision-making, are significantly impaired. Lack of sleep can also contribute to mood swings, stress, and irritability, all of which can make it harder to maintain mental clarity. To improve your mental clarity, prioritize sleep as an essential component of your physical health. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night, depending on your individual needs. Establish a consistent sleep schedule, going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends. Create a sleep-friendly environment by making your bedroom dark, quiet and cool, and avoid using electronic devices before bed, as the blue light emitted by screens can interfere with your body's natural sleep-wake cycle. By making sleep a priority, you give your brain the rest it needs to function optimally, resulting in better mental clarity during the day. Managing stress is another key factor in improving both physical health and mental clarity. Chronic stress takes a significant toll on your body, leading to physical ailments such as headaches, muscle tension, and fatigue. Prolonged stress also impacts brain function, reducing the ability to think clearly, make decisions, and solve problems. Learning to manage stress effectively is crucial for maintaining mental clarity and overall well-being. There are many effective strategies for managing stress, and the best approach will vary from person to person. Some people find relief through physical activities like yoga, meditation, or deep breathing exercises, which help to calm the nervous system and reduce the physical symptoms of stress. Others find that spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness, or engaging in hobbies and creative outlets can help to reduce stress and improve mental clarity. The key is to find techniques that work for you and make them a regular part of your routine. Taking time for self-care is also important in managing stress and supporting your physical health. Self-care isn't just about pampering yourself, it's about prioritizing your well-being and making time to recharge. This could mean taking a break from work, spending time with loved ones, engaging in an activity that brings you joy, or simply allowing yourself moments of stillness and relaxation. When you take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally, you are better equipped to handle stress, stay focused, and maintain mental clarity. Another vital aspect of improving mental clarity through physical health is the role of social connections. Research has shown that strong social relationships are linked to better physical and mental health outcomes. Engaging in positive social interactions helps reduce stress, promote feelings of happiness, and improve cognitive function. Building a strong support network of friends, family, and colleagues can provide you with the emotional support and motivation needed to stay on track with your physical health goals. The more you nurture these relationships, the more resilient you become to stress, and the clearer your mind becomes. In addition to all of these strategies, it's important to remember that improving your physical health is not about achieving perfection, it's about making consistent small improvements over time. It's not about working out for hours every day or following a strict diet. It's about making choices that support your overall well-being and mental clarity in the long term. The small changes you make to your physical health each day compound over time, leading to greater energy, better focus, and improved cognitive function. Remember, your body and mind are interconnected. When you take care of one,
you take care of the other. Improving your physical health through exercise, nutrition, sleep, stress management, and social connections will directly enhance your mental clarity. With a clear mind, you are better able to tackle challenges, make informed decisions, and stay focused on your goals. It's an investment in yourself that pays lifelong dividends. In conclusion, improving your physical health is one of the most powerful ways to support mental clarity. By prioritizing exercise, nutrition, sleep, stress management, and self-care, you lay the foundation for better cognitive function, decision-making, and resilience. When you take care of your body, your mind becomes sharper, more focused, and more capable of navigating the challenges life throws your way. The more you invest in your physical health, the clearer and more empowered you become, enabling you to achieve the success and fulfillment you desire.
Chapter 17. Stay patient as you trust the process of growth. Growth is a journey, not a destination. It's easy to become frustrated when things don't happen as quickly as you'd like, but true growth takes time. It requires patience, perseverance, and trust in the process. Many of us want instant results. We want the promotion, the success, the recognition, the dream life. But growth doesn't work on our timeline. It unfolds slowly, steadily, and often in ways we don't immediately recognize. The key to reaching your full potential is to trust the process, to stay patient as you put in the work, and to have faith that your efforts will pay off in due time. Patience is not about doing nothing. It's about trusting that progress is happening, even if you can't see it in the moment. The path to success and personal growth is rarely linear. There are ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of progress, and moments of doubt. But each step, each small effort, contributes to your growth. It may not always feel like it, but progress is happening behind the scenes, in the quiet moments of effort and perseverance. When you trust the process of growth, you understand that it's not about immediate gratification, but about consistent, focused action over time. The first step in learning to trust the process is understanding that growth requires time. It's easy to look at someone who has achieved what you want and think that they must have reached their success overnight. But the reality is that every successful person has gone through their own struggles, setbacks, and slow periods of growth. No one reaches the top without putting in the work, facing challenges, and learning along the way. Behind every success story is a process, an often unseen but deeply meaningful journey. When you focus on the process, you shift your attention from the end result to the daily actions and habits that lead to success. We live in an age of instant gratification, where everything is available at the touch of a button. It's easy to get caught up in the desire for quick results. We want success, we want recognition, we want results, and we want them now. But real growth doesn't work that way. Real growth is like planting a seed. It takes time to grow. In the beginning you might not see anything happening, but beneath the surface, the roots are growing and the foundation is being laid. Eventually the seed will break through the soil and grow into something remarkable, but it takes patience for that to happen. Trusting the process means understanding that the invisible work is just as important as what is visible. You may not see the fruits of your labor right away, but that doesn't mean the process isn't working. One of the biggest obstacles to trusting the process is impatience. We are conditioned to expect quick results, whether it's through social media, advertising, or even the fast-paced nature of modern life. When things don't happen quickly, it's easy to feel discouraged or doubt that you're on the right path. But impatience can be a trap. It causes us to rush through the process, skip steps, or abandon our goals altogether. The truth is, success doesn't happen in a rush. It happens when you stay the course, make adjustments as needed, and remain committed to your vision. Learning to be patient with yourself and the process is key to sustaining long-term progress. To cultivate patience, it's important to focus on small wins and incremental progress. Often we set big, lofty goals and only celebrate the grand achievements, but this can cause us to overlook the smaller victories along the way. It's the small wins, the consistent daily efforts that lead to the bigger breakthroughs. Celebrate each small success, no matter how insignificant it may seem. These small wins add up over time, and they keep you motivated and focused on the bigger picture. By appreciating the small victories, you build momentum and reinforce your trust in the process of growth. Another way to stay patient is to focus on the journey, not just the destination. Growth is not only about achieving goals, it's about the person you become in the process. When you're focused solely on the end result, you miss out on the lessons, experiences, and personal development that occur along the way. Every challenge you face, every setback you overcome, and every moment of struggle contributes to your growth. Instead of rushing to the finish line, savor the journey. Learn from the difficulties you encounter, and embrace the process of becoming the best version of yourself. Trust that each step is contributing to your growth, even if you can't see it immediately. Trusting the process also involves learning to embrace uncertainty. When you set out on a path of growth, there are no guarantees. You don't know exactly how long it will take or what the outcome will be. This uncertainty can be uncomfortable, and it's easy to want to rush through it, to reach the point where you can see clear results. But uncertainty is part of the process. It's where the magic happens. It's where you learn, adapt, and discover new things about yourself and the world around you. When you embrace uncertainty, you allow yourself to be open to new possibilities and new ways of thinking. You let go of the need for control and trust that even if you can't see the full picture, you're moving in the right direction. A critical part of trusting the process is letting go of perfectionism. Perfectionism often arises from a fear of failure or a desire to control the outcome. But perfectionism can be paralyzing. It leads you to doubt yourself, second-guess your decisions, and fear making mistakes. The pursuit of perfection can cause you to miss out on progress altogether. Growth is messy, and it involves trial and error. You will make mistakes along the way, but these mistakes are not failures, they are opportunities to learn and improve. Trusting the process means giving yourself permission to be imperfect, to make mistakes, and to keep moving forward, knowing that each step brings you closer to your goal. Resilience is also an essential aspect of trusting the process. There will be moments when you feel like giving up, when you question whether all your efforts are worth it, and when you face setbacks that seem insurmountable. It's in these moments that resilience becomes your greatest ally. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from failure, to keep going even when things get tough, and to maintain your focus on the long-term vision. When you trust the process, you trust that setbacks are a natural part of growth, and you don't let them stop you from moving forward. Resilience gives you the strength to keep going, even when the path ahead seems unclear. Another important factor in staying patient and trusting the process is self-compassion. Growth takes time, and it's easy to become frustrated with yourself when things aren't moving as quickly as you'd like. But self-criticism only slows down the process. Instead of beating yourself up for not achieving your goals faster, practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge the effort you're putting in. Understand that growth is a marathon, not a sprint, and that progress, no matter how slow, is still progress. By practicing self-compassion, you maintain a positive mindset and continue to move forward with confidence and patience. Finally, remember that trusting the process doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to happen.
It means taking consistent, purposeful action, even when results are not immediately apparent. Trusting the process is about committing to the journey, staying disciplined, and believing in yourself. It means showing up every day, doing the work, and having faith that your efforts will lead to the results you desire. The key is to remain patient, stay focused on the process, and keep moving forward, no matter how long it takes. In conclusion, staying patient as you trust the process of growth is essential for achieving long-term success. Growth takes time, effort, and consistency. By embracing the journey, focusing on small wins, letting go of perfectionism, and practicing resilience and self-compassion, you can stay patient and trust that your efforts will pay off. Trusting the process means believing in yourself and the journey, knowing that every step forward, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goals. Stay patient, stay committed, and trust that growth will come in its own time.
Chapter 18. Challenge your comfort zone to unlock your full potential. To unlock your full potential, you must first break free from the limitations of your comfort zone. Growth does not happen when you stay where you feel safe. It happens when you challenge yourself to step into the unknown, to stretch beyond what you think is possible. The magic of transformation lies just outside your comfort zone, and if you want to achieve greatness, you must embrace the discomfort of growth. At its core, the comfort zone is a mental and emotional space where you feel secure and in control. It's familiar and predictable, and the risk of failure feels minimal. It's easy to settle here, where you can maintain a sense of stability and avoid the unknown. But the truth is, staying in your comfort zone stifles your growth. It limits your potential by keeping you confined to what you already know. The world beyond your comfort zone is where you'll discover your true capabilities, unlock new skills, and achieve things you never thought possible. Challenging your comfort zone is not about taking reckless risks or pushing yourself to the point of burnout. It's about intentionally seeking out opportunities for growth that stretch your limits and force you to confront the fears and doubts that hold you back. It's about taking small, consistent actions that gradually expand your capacity and build your resilience. When you challenge your comfort zone, you train yourself to become more adaptable, confident, and capable of handling whatever challenges come your way. One of the first steps in challenging your comfort zone is to recognize the areas of your life where you are holding yourself back. Where are you playing it safe? Where are you avoiding discomfort or resisting change? These are the areas that require your attention. Whether it's a career move, a personal goal, or a new skill you want to learn, there are always opportunities to step outside your comfort zone. The key is to acknowledge them and take intentional action toward them, even if it feels uncomfortable or uncertain. Stepping outside your comfort zone often involves overcoming fear. Fear is the natural response to the unknown, but it's important to understand that fear is not an enemy, it's a signal. Fear shows us where we are growing, where we are stretching beyond our limits. It's the fear of failure, the fear of rejection, or the fear of not being good enough that keeps us stuck in our comfort zone. But when you face that fear head-on, you realize that it's not as powerful as it seems. The more you challenge yourself, the more you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling discomfort and overcoming obstacles. The process of challenging your comfort zone doesn't have to be immediate or drastic. In fact, taking small steps is often the best approach. Each step you take outside your comfort zone builds your confidence and makes the next step easier. Start with something manageable that still pushes you beyond your usual boundaries. For example, if you've always been shy about public speaking, you could start by practicing in front of a small group of friends or colleagues. As you become more comfortable, you can gradually increase the size of the audience or the difficulty of the situation. The key is to take consistent action. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you expand it. Each experience, whether it leads to success or failure, teaches you valuable lessons and builds your ability to handle greater challenges in the future. Over time, you'll find that the things that once felt terrifying or overwhelming become more manageable. You'll start to develop a new sense of confidence in your ability to navigate discomfort, and that confidence will propel you to take on even bigger challenges. Challenging your comfort zone also requires you to embrace failure as a natural part of the process. When you step into the unknown, there will inevitably be moments of failure, setbacks, or mistakes. This is not a reflection of your worth or ability, it is simply part of the growth process. Failure is the soil in which success is planted. Every time you fail, you learn something valuable that you can use to improve and move forward. The fear of failure often holds us back from stepping outside our comfort zone, but when you shift your mindset and see failure as a lesson rather than a defeat, you gain the freedom to take risks and pursue your goals without fear. One powerful way to challenge your comfort zone is to set audacious goals. Big goals that stretch your abilities force you to think creatively, take action, and push yourself beyond what you thought was possible. These goals might seem daunting at first, but when you break them down into smaller, actionable steps, they become achievable. By setting ambitious goals, you force yourself to step into the discomfort of growth and challenge your assumptions about what you're capable of. For example, if your goal is to run a marathon but you've never run more than a few miles, you're stepping into a challenge that will push you physically, mentally, and emotionally. It will force you to develop new habits, overcome physical limitations, and push through moments of discomfort. The journey will be tough, but it will help you grow stronger and more resilient. And once you've completed the marathon, you'll have proven to yourself that you can achieve things you once thought were impossible. In addition to setting goals, it's important to develop a mindset of continuous improvement. Challenging your comfort zone isn't a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. Every day is an opportunity to push yourself a little further, to take on a new challenge, or to learn something new. The more you make stepping outside your comfort zone a habit, the easier it becomes. This mindset of continuous improvement keeps you in a state of constant growth and helps you embrace the discomfort of change. Building resilience is a crucial part of challenging your comfort zone. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from adversity, setbacks, or failure. It's what enables you to keep moving forward, even when things don't go as planned. The more you challenge your comfort zone, the more resilient you become. You learn to handle discomfort, adapt to new situations, and maintain your focus in the face of obstacles. With each challenge you face, you develop a stronger mindset that helps you handle even bigger challenges in the future. One of the most empowering aspects of challenging your comfort zone is the sense of accomplishment that comes with it. Each time you take action, each time you face your fear and push through discomfort, you build confidence in your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. You start to see yourself as someone who is capable of achieving greatness, and that belief in yourself becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. The more you step outside your comfort zone, the more you realize that you are capable of far more than you ever imagined. Another important aspect of challenging your comfort zone is that it encourages you to be more innovative and creative. When you stay in your comfort zone, you stick to what you know and avoid taking risks. But when you challenge yourself, you are forced to think outside the box, come up with new solutions, and approach problems from different angles.
Innovation and creativity thrive in the unknown, and the more you push yourself, the more you expand your capacity for creativity and problem solving. Stepping outside your comfort zone also enhances your ability to connect with others. As you challenge yourself, you meet new people, engage with different perspectives, and experience new environments. These experiences broaden your worldview and make you more open-minded, empathetic, and understanding. Challenging your comfort zone helps you build stronger relationships and fosters a sense of connection with others who are also committed to growth and self-improvement. It's also important to recognize that challenging your comfort zone does not mean forcing yourself to do everything at once or taking on more than you can handle. It's about taking small, manageable steps toward growth. Growth happens gradually, not all at once, and by taking one step at a time, you can steadily expand your limits. When you feel uncomfortable, it's an indication that you are on the right path, because growth happens outside of your comfort zone. Each small step you take builds your confidence, and each step brings you closer to becoming the person you are meant to be. In conclusion, challenging your comfort zone is the key to unlocking your full potential. By embracing discomfort, pushing through fear, and committing to continuous growth, you can break free from the limitations that hold you back. Every time you step outside your comfort zone, you expand your capabilities, increase your resilience, and move closer to your goals. Remember, growth is not easy, but it is always worth it. The discomfort you feel is a sign of progress, and as you continue to challenge yourself, you will become more confident, capable, and powerful. Take that first step today, and trust that the journey will lead you to places you never thought possible.
Chapter 19. Take full responsibility for your actions and choices. Taking full responsibility for your actions and choices is the key to unlocking your true potential. It is the foundation of personal growth, empowerment, and the path to achieving your goals. The moment you take full responsibility for everything in your life, the good, the bad, and everything in between, you reclaim your power. You no longer rely on excuses, blame, or external circumstances to justify where you are in life. Instead, you recognize that your choices, actions, and mindset directly shape your experiences and outcomes. This realization is not only liberating, but it is also the first step toward creating the life you desire. When you take responsibility for your actions, you acknowledge that you are in control of your destiny. You stop looking to others to explain your situation and begin to recognize the role you've played in creating it. This doesn't mean that external factors don't influence your life. It simply means that you refuse to let those factors define you. Instead, you take charge of how you respond to the challenges, setbacks, and opportunities that come your way. Taking full responsibility empowers you to act, make changes, and align your actions with your vision, rather than being a passive participant in your own life. Taking responsibility for your choices also requires you to let go of the tendency to blame others. It's easy to point fingers when things don't go according to plan. We often blame our circumstances, our upbringing, or the people around us for our failures or disappointments. But when we place blame, we give away our power. We tell ourselves that someone else or something else is responsible for our situation, and in doing so, we disempower ourselves. The truth is that blaming others does nothing to improve the situation. It only keeps us stuck in a cycle of victimhood and helplessness. Instead of blaming others, take ownership of your choices. Even if someone else's actions or behavior played a role in your circumstances, you still have the power to decide how you respond. You can choose to learn from the situation, to adapt, and to move forward with greater wisdom. When you take responsibility, you stop playing the role of the victim and start becoming the hero of your own story. You realize that no one can control your life except you. The process of taking responsibility also involves acknowledging your mistakes. This is a crucial step in growth. None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes, and we will continue to do so throughout our lives. But how we handle those mistakes is what sets us apart. When you take responsibility for your actions, you take ownership of your mistakes, instead of deflecting or making excuses. Acknowledging your mistakes is not a sign of weakness, it is a sign of strength and maturity. It shows that you are willing to learn from the past and improve moving forward. When you take full responsibility for your mistakes, you remove the shame or guilt that often accompanies failure. You recognize that mistakes are not something to be ashamed of, they are opportunities to grow and improve. By owning up to your mistakes, you show yourself and others that you are accountable, trustworthy, and committed to learning. It's this mindset that enables you to continuously improve, even when things don't go as planned. Taking responsibility also means making conscious choices. Every day, you are faced with countless decisions, both big and small, that shape the course of your life. When you take responsibility for your actions, you stop making decisions impulsively or based on convenience. Instead, you take the time to evaluate your choices and align them with your values and long-term goals. Conscious decision-making means being aware of the consequences of your actions and understanding that each choice has an impact on your future. To take full responsibility for your choices, you must be willing to look beyond the short-term gratification and consider the long-term results. This means delaying instant pleasure for greater, lasting rewards. It means saying no to things that don't align with your goals, even if they are tempting in the moment. It also means being willing to make sacrifices in the short term for greater success in the long term. By making conscious choices and taking full responsibility for the outcomes, you ensure that your actions are consistently aligned with your highest aspirations. Taking responsibility also requires self-awareness. It's easy to get caught up in life's distractions and lose sight of what truly matters. Self-awareness allows you to step back and evaluate where you are and where you want to go. It helps you recognize patterns of behavior, habits, and thought processes that may be holding you back. When you take responsibility for your actions, you take the time to reflect on your choices, evaluate your progress, and make adjustments as needed. Self-awareness enables you to take control of your life and avoid getting stuck in unhealthy patterns or situations that do not serve you. Another key aspect of taking responsibility is recognizing that you are the creator of your own reality. Your thoughts, beliefs, and actions all contribute to the experiences you have. When you take full responsibility, you stop blaming external circumstances or other people for how things turn out. Instead, you understand that your internal world, your mindset and perspective, shapes the external world around you. By changing your thoughts, beliefs, and actions, you change your reality. This realization gives you the power to create the life you desire, knowing that you are in control of how you respond to life's challenges. Taking responsibility for your actions also means owning your successes. It's easy to accept credit when things go well, but many of us downplay our achievements or attribute them to luck or outside circumstances. Taking responsibility means acknowledging your hard work, dedication, and decisions that contributed to your success. It's not about boasting, but about recognizing your own power and ability to create positive outcomes in your life. When you own your success, you build confidence and self-belief, which motivates you to continue striving for greater accomplishments.
The act of taking responsibility for your actions also has a profound effect on your relationships. When you take responsibility for your behavior and decisions, you build trust and respect with others. People appreciate individuals who are accountable and willing to own up to their mistakes. Taking responsibility in relationships fosters a culture of honesty, transparency, and mutual respect. It creates a safe space for open communication, conflict resolution, and growth. When you take responsibility for your actions, you also inspire others to do the same, creating a positive environment of accountability and trust. Taking full responsibility for your actions does not mean you have to do everything alone. In fact, it's important to recognize that asking for help is also a sign of strength. Taking responsibility means acknowledging when you need support and being willing to seek it. It means taking the initiative to surround yourself with people who can help you grow, whether that's a mentor, a coach, or a supportive community. Taking responsibility means acknowledging your limits and using the resources around you to continue your journey of growth and development. In conclusion, taking full responsibility for your actions and choices is the key to unlocking your potential and achieving lasting success. It's about embracing accountability, letting go of blame, and owning both your successes and failures. When you take responsibility, you empower yourself to create the life you want, make conscious decisions, and continuously improve. It's a mindset that shifts you from a passive observer of your life to an active creator. By taking full responsibility, you reclaim your power and begin the process of transforming your life, one choice at a time.
Chapter 20. Never stop believing in yourself and your ability to improve. Believing in yourself is the first step toward transforming your dreams into reality. No matter where you are in life or how challenging the road may seem, your ability to improve and grow is limitless. The most important factor in achieving success isn't talent, circumstances, or external validation. It's your unwavering belief in yourself and your capacity to evolve. This belief is the driving force that propels you forward, even when the world around you tells you to quit. When you believe in your ability to improve, you unlock a powerful force that enables you to overcome any obstacle, reach any goal, and continue growing throughout your life. Self-belief is not something you are born with. It is something that you cultivate. Every person at some point in their life faces self-doubt. It is human nature to question whether we are capable or worthy of achieving our dreams. But true success comes not from avoiding these doubts, but from learning to move forward despite them. Belief in yourself is like a muscle. It grows stronger the more you use it. The key is to start small, celebrate your wins, and build momentum over time. One of the biggest obstacles to believing in yourself is the fear of failure. We live in a world where success is often measured by outcomes, and failure is seen as a reflection of our limitations. But the truth is, failure is not a dead end, it's a stepping stone to success. The most successful people in the world have faced failure countless times. They didn't let it define them, they used it as a learning experience. The moment you stop fearing failure and begin to see it as part of the process, your belief in your ability to improve becomes unshakable. Remember, it's not the failures that define you, but how you respond to them. With each setback you learn, adapt, and come back stronger. Believing in yourself also means trusting in the process of growth. You won't always see immediate results, and that's okay. Growth takes time. Just as it takes time for a seed to sprout and grow into a tree, it takes time for your efforts to yield fruit. The most important thing is to keep taking consistent action, even when the results aren't immediately visible. Trusting the process means believing that the work you put in today will pay off in the future, even if you don't see the results right away. Patience and persistence are the bedrock of personal growth. Every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. When you believe in your ability to improve, you also develop resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back after adversity, and it's one of the most valuable skills you can cultivate. Life is filled with challenges and setbacks, but resilient people don't give up. They adapt, they learn, and they keep moving forward. Your belief in yourself fuels this resilience. It tells you that no matter how difficult the challenge, you are capable of handling it. Each time you face adversity and choose to rise above it, your belief in your own strength grows. One of the most powerful ways to strengthen your belief in yourself is to set goals. Goals give you something to strive for and serve as a constant reminder of your potential. They are the roadmap that guides your journey and helps you measure your progress. When you set a goal, you are telling yourself, "I am capable of achieving this." With each goal you set and achieve, your belief in your ability to succeed becomes more solid. The act of accomplishing something you once thought was impossible reinforces the idea that you are capable of much more than you realize. However, it's important to set goals that are aligned with your values and passions. When your goals are meaningful to you, your belief in yourself grows naturally. You are more motivated to take consistent action when you know that your efforts are leading you towards something that truly matters. It's easy to lose confidence when you are chasing goals that aren't aligned with who you are or what you truly want. By setting goals that are meaningful, you increase your chances of success, because your belief in yourself and your purpose will keep you going when the going gets tough. It's also essential to celebrate your progress, no matter how small it may seem. We often focus on the end result and forget to acknowledge the journey. Every step you take toward your goal, every challenge you overcome, and every small win you achieve deserves recognition. Celebrating your progress boosts your confidence, reinforces your belief in yourself, and keeps you motivated to keep going. When you celebrate, you remind yourself that you are capable of more than you think, and you reinforce the positive actions that are leading you toward your goal. Self-belief is also deeply intertwined with your mindset. Your thoughts shape your reality. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not capable or that success is out of reach, you will find it difficult to believe in yourself. But if you adopt a growth mindset, the belief that you can improve through effort, practice, and learning, your belief in yourself will expand. A growth mindset allows you to see challenges as opportunities to develop and learn, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. It shifts your focus from fixed abilities to the potential for growth. The more you believe that you can grow, the more your actions will reflect that belief, and the more likely you are to succeed. Another key aspect of believing in yourself is learning to trust your intuition. Often we second-guess ourselves, allowing doubt and fear to cloud our judgment. But your intuition is a powerful guide. It's the inner voice that points you toward what feels right for you, even if it's not always the easiest path. Trusting your intuition is a sign of self-belief. It's the confidence to follow your instincts and pursue what resonates with you, even if others don't understand. When you listen to your inner voice, you align yourself with your authentic self, and that alignment strengthens your belief in your ability to make the right decisions and achieve your goals. Building self-belief also involves surrounding yourself with people who support and uplift you. The people you spend time with have a profound impact on your mindset and belief in yourself.
If you are constantly around people who undermine your confidence or make you feel incapable, it becomes much harder to believe in your own potential. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with positive, supportive individuals who encourage your growth and celebrate your success, your belief in yourself is reinforced. A strong support network can provide you with the encouragement, perspective, and accountability you need to continue moving forward. Additionally, learning from others who have walked a similar path can help strengthen your belief in your ability to improve. Seeing others succeed in areas where you want to improve serves as proof that it is possible. It shows you that others have faced challenges, overcome obstacles, and achieved their goals, which means you can do the same. Learning from their experiences, seeking advice, and adopting strategies that worked for them can help you believe that your goals are achievable too. It's also important to remember that setbacks are a natural part of any journey. When you face obstacles or experience setbacks, it's easy to doubt yourself and question whether you're on the right path. But setbacks are not a reflection of your ability, they are simply a part of the process. Everyone faces obstacles on their way to success, and how you respond to those obstacles is what matters. Instead of allowing setbacks to make you doubt your ability to improve, use them as fuel for growth. Each setback is an opportunity to learn, to reassess, and to come back even stronger. Your belief in yourself will only grow stronger when you persist through challenges and keep moving forward, no matter how difficult the road may seem. Lastly, the key to never stopping your belief in yourself is commitment. Believing in yourself is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process. Every day, you must reaffirm your belief, take action toward your goals, and trust that you are capable of achieving greatness. The more committed you are to your growth and to your goals, the stronger your belief will become. Self-belief is the foundation upon which success is built, and it's something that you can develop, nurture, and strengthen over time. In conclusion, never stop believing in yourself and your ability to improve. Your belief in yourself is the most powerful force you have. It fuels your determination, drives your actions, and helps you overcome challenges. When you trust in your capacity